It's a surprise when you open the door. When you open your eyes, a little smile, it turns my whole world inside out. Little touch and I'm yours. Tell me you can be mine. It's like I'm dreaming, you're the one I'm
The Havel H2 from just $23,990 drive away. Every drive is a surprise.
every day.
Have it all.
Very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, to Warners Bay. We're at Fane Oval today, the home of the great Lucas J. Holmes, for the Hunter Haval Black Diamond Cup match between Warners Bay and Nelson Bay. With me is our expert commentator, umpire, player and resident cult hero at the Warners Bay Football Club, Lucas J. Holmes. Lucas, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, David. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Great to be here at Fane Oval on Old Boys Day here.
Indeed, it is a slight breeze, ladies and gentlemen, running on your screen left to right. May play 1 or 2 goal difference. Lucas, just depends how it goes, how it oscillates during the day. Now, Lucas, the Warners Bay ladies are over to our left, and I've had it reported from your long-lost sister Roz and the delightful Rachel Evans that your umpiring in the women's fixture left a lot to be desired. Can you comment on that, Lucas?
It was quite a physical game this morning, Dave. Just trying to keep, as they all go up in the background as they do. Quite a physical game this morning. The girls did a good job to get the win against a tough Lake Macquarie side this morning.
Batted off very well and very diplomatically. However, the ladies are over there laughing their head off over there. Apparently, now, Roz and Rachel told me that you are utterly disgraceful, Lucas Holmes. What's going on there?
I don't know, David, but you can only pay what you see. So
I reckon there might be a carve up. I can see them over here laughing on the side.
Would not be surprised.
Congratulations to Warners Bay, and I believe they're in finals bound at the moment. If they keep on going as they are, they've a real chance of getting the finals, Louis.
They've been playing some good football at the moment. Just string a few consistent performances together. They've been doing well so far.
Before we read out the sides for today's game, and there is a very pivotal change for the Nelson Bay Football Club, Lucas. Some interesting things going on in our league at the moment. 3 new women's sides, a big women's game last week, and finals are announced. Finals to be played in a few different venues. Maitland, Nelson Bay, where we'll be broadcasting from next weekend for that final. Killarney Vale and, of course, Newcastle Bourne Sports Ground, Lucas Holmes.
We sure do, Dave. It's great to get around some of the other grounds in the league that we don't go to as often for some finals fixtures in all 3 grades.
It is. Lucas, Warners Bay up a program. Would you please read them out for our viewers?
They sure are. Warners Bay, number 2, Jake Roach. 4, Benjamin Sticks Kernahan. 5, Matt Spinks. 6, Nick Turner. 8, Riley Owen. 9, Rob Schindler-Taylor. 11, Tom McDonald. 13, Sam Gibbons. 18, Ben Hunter. 19, Dave McGuinness. 21, Lockie Deverill. 24, Josh Nichol. 26, Luke Roach. 28, Kobe McClaw. 30, Oscar Anderson. 35, Kane Gibbs. 37, Corey Deverill. 38, Tristan Warner. 41, Link Stewart. 42, Nick Metcalf. 46, Ben Crawley. And 58, Adam Van Est. David?
Thank you. For Nelson Bay, number 1, Nathan Vasey. Number 2, Adam Grenier, back from deployment, Lucas, with the Royal Australian Air Force. Number 3, Matthew Hughes. Number 5, Luke Price, a massive out, Lucas Holmes. He's unwell and unfit to play. Number 6, Louis Hughes. Number 7, and the skipper, Tim Duval. Number 8, Ben Thompson. Number 9, the vice-captain, Joel Erickson. Number 10, Aaron Clayton. 12, David Wood. 14, the star, Jaden Reimer. 15, Ryan Mudd. 19, James Bellman. 20, Todd Thornton. 25, Billy Barton. 30, Alec Clark. 31, Lachlan West. 34, Joseph Parsons. 38, James Anderson. 74, Luke Reimer. 76, Cooper Scott. And the ins for Nelson Bay are the coach, Lucas Holmes, Sean McGrath in 17, and number 58, Tim Murphy. Lucas, the umpires, please, for today.
Umpires today, David. Field umpires, Ryan Stanton, Harrison Crook, Alex Martin. Boundary umpires, Colin Goodenough and Brady Sweetenham. And goal umpires, Andy Baldwin and Shane Lowndes. And
Sticks Baldwin has just handed, a little while ago, we were playing, you and I, a bit of a pack that he's got. There's got some stuff there from Lords for us. We're both cricket people, so thanks to Sticks for such a generous gift to us, which is very nice.
We do. We appreciate it.
He's
great people around the league.
He's a good man, Sticks Baldwin. Loves his cricket. Stats Baldwin loves his cricket. He's a very, very good cricket scorer, and he's a pretty good goal umpire as well in our league. So there he is in coverage on the left, the great man. So, Louis, Old Boys Day here at Fane Oval. I understand the ground is quite firm underfoot. Can you confirm or deny these, Lucas Holmes?
Quite firm underfoot and a bit tacky in the centre square where the cricket block is, David.
So the square's a little bit tacky, is it?
And a bit hard, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Was it okay to fall on, Lucas, or has Warners Bay come out in the field? Sticks Kernahan in the headgear, holding up, and Now, look, I spoke to Six around the game. Looking forward to today. Marty Ryman's actually got quite a bit of confidence about him today. He's confident that Warners Bay have got a real show today. As I think Ben Hunter's got a young fella out there, and Ben Hunter comes out last with the Warners Bay team. Looking very good in their traditional Footscray colours, Lucas Holmes, of blue, red and white.
Sure do. It's a beautiful day for football here, David.
Was it good to play? Was it hot? I know just to let you know, in all seriousness, Lucas has umpired the first game and then played in the second. Was it warm or was it good temperature, Louis?
It's quite warm. It's just when they get that slight cooling breeze off from the lake. Depending on how strong that breeze is, it might hamper you, or it might just cool the ground down a bit, David.
Thank you very much for that. As in the background, Lucas Holmes is probably wanting to get around and sing the song with the boys, but there he's lads. He's a good man. He comes across and gets over to, finishes his game early, gets across as he's our professional expert commentator, and gets across and joins me in commentary. Lucas Holmes, we must mention the extraordinary effort of Peter Van Dam, 300 games for his beloved Terrigal Avoca, which is being covered by our league operations manager and guru, Gary Birkinshaw. He's doing the live commentary there. What a superb performance from a great individual.
He's a great individual. Peter Van Dam, obviously the league representative captain and 300 gamer now for his beloved Terrigal Avoca. It's a wonderful achievement.
Let's hope that there's a really good crowd down there at Hilton Moor. I'm sure there will be. It's Life Members Day at Hilton Moor. There'll be a lot of people there. He's popular around the league. I don't think I've ever seen someone who's as popular around a full league, with the possible exception of Peter Dacos. When Dacos was in his zenith at Collingwood, I think he had despite the fact he played for Collingwood, he had a great reputation. Peter Van Dam's just such a wonderful individual. In today's society where we're crying out for leaders, Peter Van Dam is an absolute leader. You and I have spent a little bit of time with him. He's a great fella.
Sure is. Very nice man too. Peter Van Dam, we from here at Bar TV Sports and around the league, we offer a bit congratulations to him playing his 300th game today, David, on a Central Coast derby, might I add too.
Yeah, Kalani will be going over trying to spoil the fun, but I think they've got a big task trying to fix up Terrigal Avoca. Now, interestingly, the third game today is a belter. Cardiff and Newcastle City, and it's Newcastle City's last chance to get a double chance. They win today, they're 4 points behind Cardiff, and Cardiff have got the last game of the season, which you and I will be broadcasting at Hillsborough, against Terrigal Avoca, and Newcastle City have finished playing Terrigal Avoca. So very, very interesting game at number one this evening at 5 o'clock, Louis.
Sure is. They've got all 5 games there at number one sports ground with the 2 women's sides and the 3 men's sides. So it's a big day there at Newcastle number one sports ground. Massive
game of football. And as we go through results today, please note, ladies and gentlemen, that Newcastle City and Cardiff is a night game with the Veg 10 football. That's a 5 p.m. Start. We've not far away from starting here, so I've got some scores for you. I'm not going to read through the full scores, but winners and some results. So in the Black Diamond Plate, Newcastle City 145 over Terrigal. Sorry, the entrance battle 25. Terrigal Avoca defeated Gosford by 129 in reserves. Into women's in the game, Lucas Holmes umpired. Warners Bay over Lake Macquarie by 6 goals. The Newcastle Navies beat Muswellbrook by 77 points at number one sports ground. Maitland defeated Wine Lakes 57-11, and Wine Lakes is struggling a bit with the absence of Rebecca Ives there, Lucas Holmes. Nelson Bay were leading Singleton by 58 points at three-quarter time at Rose Point Park. And in a Central Coast derby at Adelaide Street Oval this morning, Gosford got up over Killarney Vale by 35. Now, half-time score in the Black Diamond Plate, Terrigal Avoca 52, Gosford 31. Three-quarter time scores. Now, I can confirm that Warners Bay have actually won the reserve grade fixture here. And also, Killarney Vale were leading Lake Macquarie by 46, Lucas, at three-quarter time. Wine Lakes were leading Maitland by 23 at three-quarter time in those games. And that's as up-to-date as I can get you at this stage. We'll try and get you some scores during the game. Louis, look, should be a very interesting game here. We often say games are intriguing. Warners Bay, just a mathematical chance of making the finals. Nelson Bay need to win because they've got some pressure underneath, and they need to get some form leading to the finals. And you remember well last year, Lucas, Nelson Bay were almost this stage, and then they finished off the season superbly. Beat Terrigal Avoca for the first time in 32 cracks and went into the finals flying, and then won the minor semi. So it's about time they stood up, I thought.
It was a wonderful game. I remember doing that minor semi-final at Newcastle number one sports ground. It was that comeback game against Cardiff, if I'm not wrong, David?
It was indeed. Both of us were in not hysterics, but it was a pretty exciting last quarter. And I think the comment that was made by Redden was, "That's just unbelievable," and it was. And I remember Jordan Romer taking a mark, and all I could hear the commentary was Reimer, and Lucas Holmes in the background just going, "Oh, how good's this?" It was pretty good to watch, wasn't it? And then that's what they're capable of when they get going. I think it's important, certainly with Price out, but Grigno really gives them some grunt and some direction around the football, Lucas.
It does. We haven't had a Nelson Bay Bar TV game in a while, David. It'll be interesting to see how they go, especially with, as you said, Adam Grigno back.
and how they go about kicking a score without Price as one of the changing forwards. I would imagine that this means that Ryman's going to spend some time on the football. They're going to need to look at players like DeVal, certainly Clayton. Clayton's going to have to kick 4 or 5 for them to be a chance today. Almost ready to go here. Lucas Holmes' beloved Warners Bay at Farnable. You can see them in that just on the left there of your screen was the old boys post. They've got themselves set over there in the forward pocket. One of the great old boys of I'll mention this later on. Steve May's not here today. He's with my old club, the Orange Tigers, and his old club there at Sydney and St Kilda today. But I'll give them a bit of cheerio at 2:30 because they're going to be listening to us, Louis. The boys. I spent some time with Stephen last night, and he wished Warners Bay all the best today. Great to see the old boys here as well.
He's a great club man, Steve May, and all good to have the Warners Bay old boys down here. What I'll be intrigued to see actually in this, it'll be first contest of the game will be Barton and Crawley.
Very, very much so. In fact, it's not going to be Barton and Crawley. It's going to be Tom McDonald in the ruck. Now, Ben Kernahan's advised me to say that Tommy McDonald is Ed Sheeran on growth hormone, so he's advised him, which I thought was pretty clever.
That's good.
I thought that was clever, and I told Tom that I'd tell him that before the game, and he went about as red as his hair. The boys around him said, "You won't say that." So we have. And there he is. It is a very good description. But in all seriousness, McDonald's been playing really good football, playing representative level football this year, and he's a real gun. And Lucas, another Warners Bay junior.
He sure is. He's only 18 years of age too, so plenty of growth still to do. Very good player so far, however. And
Kai's out today. He's not well at all, they tell me. So, which is another one of it. Although he's a Muswellbrook junior, he's certainly a part of the Warners Bay program. We're ready to rock and roll. Ryan Stanton is 32. And we're going, ladies and gentlemen. Barton and McDonald. McDonald gets first tap out. Grinier gets that one down towards centre half forward, down towards us. In front, as he's been all season, Lachlan Deverell. Clayton's got to let him go.
He'd be in top 2 or 3 in their best and fairest, I would imagine, Lachlan Deverell so far.
I would be amazed if he's not on top. This is the only other bloke who'd be close to him, I reckon. Jake Roach takes the ball, goes down the wing. Oh, good grab there. Spinks has taken that one. Still find it hard to see Matthew without the full afro going. It's hard to recognise him at times. Back towards Hunter in the centre. He's the grunt. Ben Hunter. Very strong play around the hips. And that ball, has it gone out? No, it hasn't. Kept in. Off towards Grinier. Handball's out. Looking for his options here is Ericsson. Goes backwards. Bellman. Good solid clubman. 150 games this year. Roach goes up. Can't quite get a grab. Comes out. Drop ball there. Comes backwards.
McClaw, David.
Thank you. Roach with a little chip pass over towards Corey Deverell in his usual red headgear. Oh, swooping! Can he finish? No, he can't. I thought Nickel had that one all over the shop. But a point to Nickel and a point to the Bay. Warners Bay a point with Nelson Bay yet to score. We've got a minute and a quarter. And that surface does look dry, doesn't it, Lucas, on the camera? It hasn't been a very wet month of July in our part of the world, has it?
No, it hasn't. It's soft on top but firm underneath, which is good for the players, David.
Yeah, indeed. Off that ball comes off Ericsson. Nickel in there again. With Grinier, Hunter putting the tackle on. Now, I think that's a throw being paid to Hunter. So Hunter's made an effective tackle. Off one step, short pass. Can't quite hit Crawley. He's up in the full forward area. Deverell goes check side and misses. Second behind Warners Bay. Now, Lucas Holmes, I was talking earlier on when he was playing that there was a breeze. There is a slight breeze and it's going from left to right in your screen. It is light at the moment. Other than that, it's no. I'll give the hot chips a miss because I can't see. Thank you, appreciate that, Liam. That breeze at the moment isn't significant, but it could be interesting to see how we go. Otherwise, Lucas, it's a magnificent day for footy.
Couldn't have asked for much better conditions here at Fane Oval, David. I don't think.
No, we couldn't. McDonald's got the sit here. Takes a very good grab under attention from Martin. Looks for a handball. Looks to go off. Still hasn't been caught a plane. Away he goes. Goes 45 degrees. Mark not taken. That's big Kane Gibbs, who Marty Ryman's got some raps on. Goes with the left foot. Lovely chip pass. Crawley, who's going to go, is almost going to go inside. Crawley's on his correct foot here, Lucas. He should go back and take a kick.
He should. He's well within his rights too, Ben Crawley.
Despite the fact he's a ruckman, he should be able to figure out that he can run a few yards to his right here. Now, he's not going to. Crawley, what's he done? Misses again. So, third consecutive behind to the Warners Bay. I can't say the Bay today, Lou. I'm going to get in strife for that. To the Doggies. The Doggies 3 points. Nelson Bay yet to score. Lucas Holmes.
You just need to put some... They've had all the ball inside forward 50 and just need to start to string some goals together so far, Warners Bay.
Indeed. They've had all the play, haven't they, early on?
They have.
Chip pass coming out, goes to far flank. Beautiful pass and hits Thornton, who's been in very good form for Nelson Bay this year. Jaden Reimer, Barton, not a perfect handball from Reimer. Comes back. That's a much. Oh, still, his timing's just a bit off Reimer. 2 consecutive handballs gone behind his player. Oh, stolen like a thief in the night. Hunter! Touched on the line by Gibbs, I reckon. 4th consecutive behind Warners Bay. Gibbs was within his right to go for that one, Lucas, because his opponent would have touched that one, I reckon.
He would have, and he didn't have. It was going to drop a bit short for him to try and shepherd the ball through, so he did the right thing in the end there, Kane Gibbs.
Absolutely. Oh, Barton! Almost up on the shoulders of the Ranger McDonald. McDonald gets the football, puts it up hot spot, and chopping that off is Ericsson, the vice-captain of Nelson Bay. Goes across goals, looking for beautiful spot and finds Matthew Jews. Matthew comes down the line. Well punched out there by Anderson. Tackle made, and is that made? I think there's a free kick here, is there, Lucas? Oh, what's Stanton decided here? It's mine, so it's a ruck. McDonald's up, Barton's up. No, Barton got that left-handed that time. Straight through goes Grace. Goes down the line. Almost marked there by DeVal. He has to kick some goals today. Coming through. Nelson Bay now. Is that Matthew? It is. Oh, good tackle. Turner. Excellent. And the decision is?
Holding the ball,
Holding
David.
the ball, yeah. Very good work, Turner, Lucas.
Very consistent player. The co-captain of this football club, David.
Indeed. Over to Jake Roach at centre-half back.
The other co-captain.
And who was telling me before the game he's shrugged off some injuries. Hasn't been able to get the training much lately with his work shifts, Louis, so he wasn't happy about that. Spinks handball. Schindler-Taylor will step inside his man. Very quick Schindler-Taylor. So he shells his man into an awful tackle situation. Ericsson's got the football. Stanton says it's mine. Quickly. Good chat with Ryan Stanton before the game, talking decisions and some of the things that we question on the television. It's always good to talk to him, and he's very honest and open about some of the decisions that he makes. He's asking questions. He's a good man, Ryan Stanton.
Sure is. Just quickly ran past in the warm-up saying, "What are you doing on the bench, Mr. Holmes?"
But you did get a kick. You told me you set up a goal. It's good to see, Lou. You haven't played in a while, so it's good.
Only
good
third game, David.
Got to get into those finals, Louis.
We do.
McDonald, Schindler-Taylor. Kernahan's in there. I reckon that's gone. Yep. Schindler-Taylor's probably thrown that football out. Back to Ericsson. Goes down the line. DeVal can't mark in front of Anderson. Coming back's Ericsson. Another kick. Goes long. Beautiful spot. Can't quite be taken. Roach at ground level, along with Luke Reimer, Jaden's brother. Good tackle! And umpire says, gone. Did enough to make the tackle on Jaden Reimer. Oh, it's on. Right in front of us. No surprise, it's Vasey and Jake Roach. Neither of those two take a backward step. Thought dragged out of that, actually. Spinks over the line, and umpire said, no, Colin, good enough with the John McEnroe headband out there in the flank. And so we've got a ruck contest, a throw-in, almost in the centre of the ground. McDonald and Barton. McDonald gets into his player a bit, I thought, in the back. Beautifully roved at the back. Ball goes forward. No, underneath it went. So Deverell Corey's roving. Can he get first dib of this? He can't. 8 is Thompson. Umpire says over the shoulder. And Thompson, who's a very strong build. Much in the Ben Hunter mould, Lucas Holmes.
Sure, he's been a great player this year for Nelson Bay, Todd Thornton.
He has indeed. Punched out by Luke Roach. Good defensive work in the forward line. Keeping in the area where Lucas Holmes loves to see stoppages for the attacking side.
It is better than giving away the point and the free possession, David.
Couldn't agree more, Louis. Certainly that's something. One of the many things I've learned from you is that the advantage of keeping that ball in that 50. McDonald, Barton, double-hander Barton. Hunter reads it best. Coming out, Luke Roach. And...
Wow.
Oh, my goodness gracious me. Can we see replay of that? Luke Roach has picked that up off 2 steps, and I reckon hit a reverse barrel, and that's a goal. Luke Roach, come on down. Just waiting to see if I've got a replay. But Roach has picked that up an impossible angle. Lucas Holmes, talk us through that.
Sure, it was a very good kick.
Here we go. Lucas, talk us through.
Just running against the grain on his non-preferred foot. Luke Roach from, what's that, about 20, 25 metres out? By Shan Lowndes. It's a goal.
Wow, what a start for Warners Bay. So they start to get some scoreboard pressure for their absolute dominance in the first 8 minutes, Lucas Holmes.
Sure have.
Warners Bay 1-4, Nelson Bay yet to score. And, of course, we're sponsored, Lucas. The sponsor of the Black Diamond Football League is Hunter Haval at East Maitland. Tommy McDonald gets that one out, but it's read best by Louis Jews. Goes backwards to the handball. Another handball backwards. Reimer's sitting at quarterback. They've put a lot of pressure on Reimer early. They haven't given me any space, Lucas. Matthew Spinks, little short grubber kick, goes into the 50. Corey Devil at ground level. Can Luke Roach provide again? Crawley playing in the forwards. Off to Stixie Kernahan. Ball comes out. Oh, tapped out of Warner's hands very well, and a free kick paid. I didn't think that was a tackle. I thought he's just tapped the ball there, Lucas. Did you see a tackle made?
It might have been touch and go there, but Harrison Crook right on top of it.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Spoken like an umpire, I might add, Lucas Holmes. Out that ball comes Six Kernahan's over the football, trying to do something with it. In comes Gibbons. Ball's come out. Kernahan in there trying to put pressure on. Barton with a left footer. Gets good purchase on that one. But beautifully marked Deverill under all sorts of pressure from the veteran Aaron Clayton. Goes short and finds, or with a little push in the back, I thought.
Is that Warner?
I thought it was Tristan. Short again. Finds Hunter. Looking at his options.
And controlling the tempo very well so far, Warners Bay.
Oh, Marty Ryman would be extremely happy, Lucas. Good punch out there. Good body strength, David Wood. Out comes Anderson. Oh, Matt Speaks. That's what you like to see from him. Step. What's he done here? Roach!
There's a whistle there. Hands in the back.
Thank you, Lucas. I thought they were about to give the ump the behind there, and Harrison Crooks comes, so it's hands in the back. That looks like it'll be Jake. Now, if Jake Roach gets a piece of this, it'll end up at Talcabar in Taralba, Lucas. He's a long kick of the football.
Very long kick.
Now, Jake's got no one coming to stop him running around. Jaden Reimer's woken up to this. Has to stay 10. So Reimer's 14 on the left of your screen. Roach runs around. Little short kick over the shoulder. And the Roach brothers have struck early. Jake Roach a goal. Warners Bay 2-4-16. Nelson Bay yet to score. Lucas Holmes.
Hunter Haval. Looking for a feature-packed Prem SUV for your family? Check out Hunter Haval and the wide range of affordable SUVs. Starting from just $23,990 drive away with a 5-year warranty and 5 years roadside assistance. Hunter Haval. Give you more. Book your test drive today.
Jake Roach with the football here, Louis. Runs around. No one moving near him, really. Actually, quite slack. They could have run in to put pressure on him. So, Nelson Bay, a bit dormant earlier on. Warners Bay all over him. I like to look at this forward line with Jake up there, Ben Crawley, Kane Gibbs. They've gone large, and then they've got people like Corey Deverill snapping at the heels, Lucas.
They have him with the inclusion of Ben Hunter. It gives Jake Roach the freedom to go forward, David.
And the inclusion of Tom McDonald as the starting ruckman helps Crawley a lot as well, I would have thought, Lucas Holmes. Hunter coming straight through like a steam train, straight down the spine. Who's underneath this one? Oh, coming in from the side was Bellman. No, Thompson. Trouble! He's gone! And I think that's been paid to Gibbs. It has. Thompson pinged by Kane Gibbs there. And the big man. Now, how old's Kane Gibbs, Lucas Holmes? He's only young, is he?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Probably mid-20s or so, David.
Okay, certainly a big, strong unit. And you can imagine as he gets more fit, he's going to be a real handful.
He's a fairly long kick too, David.
Okay. So Gibbs straight in front off an excellent tackle on Thompson to put Warners Bay almost 4 goals in front. Early on, it's really only 11 and a half minutes gone. Okay, so Gibbs, slow, deliberate run in. Left-footed, double-handed drop, and he misses. So, Warners Bay 2-5-17. Nelson Bay yet to score. Nelson Bay haven't looked like scoring, to be honest. Oh, it goes over Grinya. That ball comes out to Scott. And now, what's that been paid as?
A throw, possibly?
No, it's actually, the hand's gone the other way, so I reckon it's been paid for holding the man after he's disposed of Louis, because Scott's got the kick. 3-quarter wedge. Schindler Taylor at the back, can't quite grab it. In fact, Kernahan's been paid man in front. So Kernahan's got the football. Now, I think that's Luke in the front leading here. No, it's actually Jake. Should have taken that. That was a sitter. By his standards, he'll be upset. Barton. No, not Barton, actually. That was Mudd. Ball comes out here. Vasey goes long. Stewart's trying to intercept here. It's a 1-on-2. Now, if one's gone to ground, DeVal tries to tap it out. Back comes Anderson, gets the ball out towards Spinks. Spinks evasive. Well done, Matthew Spinks. Kernahan in the guts. Handball coming through Stewart. Another handball. Warner's Bay all over him here. Hunter's got time. Can he deliver? Jake Roach! Lucas Holmes, good football.
He sure is. They look dangerous there on the counter-attack, Nelson Bay, but as soon as they turned it over, back on the counter-attack came Warners Bay.
This is looking ominous already. The way that Warners Bay are playing, the key's going to be when Nelson Bay get some of the football, can Warners Bay keep the pressure on? You know how they've gone hot and cold this year, and that's not being unkind. That's accurate.
No, you spot on there, David.
Good view here for Jake. I'd back him in. He's usually a pretty good kick. Look at that. Goal umpire, as Lucas Holmes would say, does not move. Jake Roach's second goal. Warners Bay 3-5-23. Nelson Bay yet to trouble the scorers. Lucas J. Holmes.
Belmont's 16-footers sailing club. Located on the picturesque Lake Macquarie, Belmont 16s is one of the premier venues in the Hunter region, offering the very best in dining, promotions and entertainment. For all the latest news and promotions, visit 16s.com.au on Facebook, the home of the Black Diamond AFL.
And the home of the Elliot Davey Medal Night in just over a month's time, Lucas, the 23rd of August, the Belmont 16-footers.
Cannot wait, David.
Yeah, same here, mate. It's a long day, but it's a great night. Our league operations manager and the people that run that night do a superb job. Well done, Gary and the team. No one really gets that tap out. Ball comes out to Bellman. Little short grubber. Doesn't really favour any in particular. DeVal's leading and Anderson stays on him. Ball goes out of bounds. Now, is Anderson another Warners Bay junior, Lucas Holmes?
He's not. Up from the Port Macquarie region.
He's a Port Macquarie man, is he? Okay, that's why
He's
got the long blonde hair and the wax head.
He is.
Probably had to swim at Town or Flynn's Beach, I'm sure. Beautiful part of the world. Out that ball comes. 20's Thornton. Hunter at the back. Can't quite get purchase on it. Handball comes out, or attempted handball. Ball at ground level. Kernahan's in there putting pressure on.
Just quickly, David. Himself, Riley Irwin and Kobe McClure came to the club around the same time, halfway through the year. Haven't seen much of them, but from what I've heard, they've been good pickups for the club.
Very good to see. Here's another pickup for a club this year, Benjamin Kernahan. But in that case, Kernahan's gone. Lovely tackle made by Thornton, just outside 50. So here's Nelson Bay's first real chance at attack, right in front of us in the commentary position. Vasey's on a lead. Anderson intercepts, and under all sorts of pressure from Vasey, this might cause 50, and there'll be a bit of the tap on the head there. Vasey's crude effort, and Anderson gets 50. Lucas Holmes.
Sure, very courageous there. Oscar Anderson going against the flow of the ball, backing into Nathan Vasey.
Indeed. So here's Anderson after that, as Lucas Holmes said, courageous effort. Crude from Vasey, and that's all. Away we go. Anderson goes straight down the spine. Poor kick, really. Intercepted by Ericsson. Ericsson comes across ground again. Finds Matthew. Partner of the great Pippa Smythe, Lucas Holmes, the ruck for the Nelson Bay Marlins women's side.
Sure is.
And the BDAFL ruckman as well, Pippa Smythe. Tim DeVal, straight down the centre. Oh, almost a superb half-volley pickup. Barton gets on his left, despite Crawley's attention, gets that ball. That's a free kick. No question. Clayton in front, in position. Deverett Lachlan brings him down. And no, that's not 50. That's just handbags. Clayton's, as is so often the case, the little short man, Lucas, giving cheek. Little blokes love to do that, Lucas, much to our annoyment.
Yeah, very experienced, though, Aaron Clayton. Had front position.
You would have loved to have seen this bloke play when he was right at his peak in the mid-20s. Goodness me, he can still play.
Just quickly before he takes his shot at goal, you were saying that, was it you saying that himself and Adam Grenier were in the RAF, was it the RAF team of the century you were saying, David?
Something along those lines. A really, really good RAF representative side. Clayton, low, direct, hits it. So first goal, Nelson Bay, off their first real opportunity. Aaron Clayton kicks the goal. Nelson Bay 1 straight. 6, Warners Bay 3-5-23. LJ?
GE Industrial Solutions, partnering with the mining community in the Hunter for the past 50 years, delivering safe and reliable electrical equipment and engineering services to our customers. Also a proud sponsor of the BDAFL women's competition.
So here's Clayton. Watch the technique here. Almost perfect. Drop, balance, simple kick straight over Sticks Baldwin's head, but just a lovely technique and someone who's done that 1,000 times in his career, Lucas Holmes.
He was very smart with that breeze, as we touched on, going into the breeze to keep punching and to keep it low.
Our wonderful tent here is just moving a little bit, so there's a small breeze. Crawley onto the ball now. The Ed Sheeran lookalikes having a bit of a rest. Jake Roach out the back. That's dangerous. They can't let him go. Reimer puts an excellent tackle and she should be gone. Free kick, Jaden Reimer. Kind of surprised Reimer didn't make it when he was down in the academies. I would have thought that he's the sort of player that someone like Sydney or the GWS could use myself. with his skills. Good push. No, illegal push out. That's an interesting decision against. So Aaron Clayton's body strength, Lucas, in the last 3 minutes has caused problems for Lachlan Deverell. Deverell, not a big man, and Clayton very strongly built.
He hasn't. We haven't really seen our contests where through the year the games we've covered that Lachlan Deverell has had a sort of trouble with.
No, and he's often played loose. Today he's got a man. Clayton's second shot at goal. Lucas, you'd reckon he'd keep this three-quarter low, not go high. No, he's put that up in the air. And it's off to the side. Behind called Nelson Bay 117. Warners Bay 3, 523.
Nick Metcalf, short to Lincoln's. Oh, no. Josh Nicol.
Nicol right in front of our commentary position. Marty Ryman there. I hope he's not wearing that awful Richmond hat. And ball comes out and taken by Riley Irwin, one of the three players that Lucas Holmes said was talking to us earlier, came to the club midway through this year. Sticks to the line. Great mark, Kernahan, despite marking from Ericsson. One grab, Lucas Holmes. Really, really good. Square, magnificent spot. Finds, is that Gibbons?
It is.
Thank you. Finds Gibbons at centre-half forward. Goes low, looking for the big man, Gibbs! At the back, who's this? Spinks. He's got time. One hand at work. Oh, Matthew Spinks, with one hand being held, a lovely goal. Rovers' opportunistic goal. Warners Bay really going strongly. 4-5-29. Nelson Bay 1-1-7. Almost 20 minutes gone. Lucas J. Holmes.
Pullman Magenta Shores Resort is an exceptional five-star resort set on 52 acres on the New South Wales Central Coast. Nestled between the pristine waters of the Pacific Ocean, Tuggerah Lakes, and surrounded by National Park, this resort offers guests everything. Impeccable service, amazing on-site facilities, sophisticated dining options, modern villa-style accommodation, and spectacular event spaces. Also proud BDAFL charity partner.
Very unselfish by Adam Van Est at the end there, Lucas. Seeing that ball was going through, let it go. Harrison Crook, who I'll talk to you about later on, is off to play some representative gridiron shortly in Queensland. So Billy Barton can't come through. Hunter with a little left footer coming out. Kernahan's behind. Manages to get the ball to ground. Looking for Nicol. Now, McGuinness unselfishly goes when he probably should have gone to goal. Another tackle, Gibbs. Is that a push to back this time? Another free kick, Gibbs, to the same man, Thompson. That will be interesting because there could have been a push in the back there, Lucas.
He turtled him. It was just a matter of whether it was too late or not, David.
And that's what Thompson's asking now. So Gibbs has a chance to kick his first goal off his second free kick. Marty Ryan will be very happy with free kicks inside 50 metres on good disciplinary work with the defence, Lucas Holmes.
To forward pressure, all defence always starts from your front forward six, David?
Absolutely. Gibbs, left-footed. Needs to kick this one truly. Now, I don't think he has. Another point, Gibbs, when he should have kicked 2 goals. Warners Bay 4-6-30. Nelson Bay 1-1-7. 20 minutes, 57 elapsed time here at Fane Oval on a glorious July day, Lucas Holmes. You wouldn't want better. We've actually had a good year this year for Weatherford footy, haven't we?
We sure have, David.
Oh, a little short kick comes out. It is marked. Right at the back there by West. Goes back across goal. They've got all sorts of options down that far side. Thornton pushes off his man. No, it's not actually Thornton. That's gone. That's gone. Surely that's a tackle. Warners Bay get the football out towards Luke Roach. Now, Warners Bay have been robbed there. There should have been a holding the ball decision there. Not paid. Thompson goes square. Step put on. 2 steps put on. Gets himself into trouble, does Grenier, and gets out.
Legs.
No, thank you. It was a legging. Okay.
Yeah.
Leg by McGuinness. Grenier looking for options. Has to go back and go short to Reimer. Reimer's going to go square. Oh, goodness me. Very well read, Kane Gibbs. But that is just... For a rare time in the last 18 months, Jaden Reimer's made a mistake. He hasn't made too many in the last 18
He's played
months.
on, he's gone to Roach. Look, Jake Roach goes long. And
Good.
He's kicked a goal.
Wow, what a start. 3 goals in the first quarter for Jake Roach as I was sitting on waffling on about Kane Gibbs. So, well done, Lucas Holmes, watching the play while I was looking at Louis. Another goal to the man with the biggest head in the competition, Jake Roach. Warners Bay 5-6-36. Nelson Bay 1-1-7. LJ.
ISC has been at the cutting edge of designing and manufacturing apparel for elite sporting teams for over 20 years and are proud to be the official apparel partner of the Black Diamond AFL.
It was interesting you were calling that. Kane Gibbs had gone outside 50 and Jake Roach is coming through like a steam train, Lucas Holmes, and he's kicked it from just inside 50 and it went well over.
He's the one man you don't want in that situation unmarked, David. He's a very, very long kick of the football.
And the more disciplined teams always look for Roach to get that ball off the back there. They always look for it and try and stop him. Out off the hands comes Reimer. Nelson Bay have got to answer quickly. Stewart in a good position here, as he always is. So the ball goes out in front of Luke Reimer, right out near that to the light pole, next to the second ground here at the Fane Oval Complex, and very close to where the old boys are today from Warners Bay. Good to see so many fellas over there for part of this good traditional family club, the Warners Bay Footy Club.
Sure, I was most impressed there by Kane Gibbs. Sorry, David. It is.
It's a Collingwood shirt. Oh, my goodness.
It is.
I borrowed it off Lucas Holmes.
Brad King.
Oh, goodness me. Brad, what are you doing? Then in that ball comes. We're away right in front of the old boys now. Link Stewart will get a big cheer for that one over there. So good to see the Warners Bay old boys. I think John Deverell, played his 6 premierships. I think that's correct. The father of the Deverell brothers. Extraordinary performance to play in all 6.
Most impressed there with that play from Kane Gibbs. He came from out of the frame to intercept that ball from Jaden Reimer as well, David. As a free kick is plucked out of there to, it'll be either McDonald or Crawley.
Looks like Crawley. Jake's got that football running around the back again. Nickel, lovely mark. Perfect pass, I might add, Lucas Holmes. Jake's in good nick. Another lovely pass coming down here to Gibbons. Warner, I beg your pardon. Warner goes down the line. Oh, good use of the body by Van Est. Now, Deverell's got to get rid of that legally. I'm not sure that he did. Ball comes in from Riley Irwin. Who's going to take this mark? No, through for a point in front of Gibbs. So Warners Bay 5-7-37, Nelson Bay 1-1. Yeah, Marty Ryman really happy. Gibbs has put on 2 effective tackles and an intercept mark, all inside 50. That's what you need. That sort of pressure, as Lucas Holmes was alluding to. Grenier, lovely spot to Grenier as he's away. Goes down that far wing. Stewart, as he should be in front, but the ball bounces towards Luke Reimer. Looks for his options. Goes as long as he possibly can to a 2-1-2. Barton at the back! Can't quite grab it. Crawley's at ground level. He does quite a lot of good work at ground level, Crawley, for a big man.
Oh,
now, you can have a look at that man. He's quite down and in quite a bit of trouble at the moment. And Aaron Claydon has, while we're worrying about the injuries, come up with a beautiful left foot snap for approximately 30 metres out, as that Warners Bay player is in quite a bit of trouble in the back pocket. Nelson Bay 2-1-13. We'll just hold on the ad read.
Is that Oscar Anderson by the looks of it, David?
And Warners Bay 5-7-37. Just there it is there. There's the contest that Anderson's gone down. And then Claydon picks the ball up. Bang, left foot. What a quality effort from Claydon. And Anderson is conscious and being treated by the trainers at the moment. So play will continue, Lucas Holmes. 25 minutes gone in this first quarter.
It is. Might be a fairly long quarter too, Dave, with a fair few. What's that? 8 goals? 7 goals rather. Sorry, David.
And I noted just then that Ben Grace is running water. I called Grace's name earlier, so my bad. Grace is not playing, but he's running water today for the Nelson Bay Footy Club now. Anderson's up on his feet, holding his head. He's not in a great way. Hopefully he's going to be okay, Louis. Crawley into the centre. Mrs. Roach.
Barton's gone forward too. Sorry, David.
Barton forward. That's probably a reaction to the fact that Price isn't there. Deverell, as he's done all season, intercept marks. Looking out on the side, there could be goodness me. Oh, there's quarter time. So, quarter time just in the background. Warners Bay 5-7-37. Nelson Bay 2-1-13. Nelson Bay's both goals, both to Aaron Claydon. Lucas Holmes, the goals for the Bulldogs, please.
Goal kickers for Warners Bay. 3 goals to Jake Roach and then singles for Matt Spinks and Luke Roach.
Lucas Holmes, great start, Warners Bay. A couple of late goals there to Nelson Bay just to hold on, but Warners Bay all over him like a cheap suit. We'll go to a short quarter-time break here at Fane Oval, and we'll come back with you very shortly here on the Hunter Havale Black Diamond Cup on Bar TV.
It's a surprise when you open the door. When you open your eyes, a little smile, it turns my whole world inside out. Little touch and I'm yours. Tell me you can be mine. It's like I'm dreaming, you're the one
The Havel H2 from just $23,990 drive away. Every drive is a surprise.
every day.
Have it all.
Welcome back to Fane Oval with the score Warners Bay 5-7-37, Nelson Bay 2-1-13. Lucas Holmes, a massive big cheerio to some very good and dear friends of mine. We're talking about Steve May, the great Warners Bay player. The Orange Tigers Footy Club, where I played footy and was involved with footy for a long time, having a reunion today at the Swans and St Kilda down in the SCG today. Maisie's down there, and there's a whole stack of the boys together today. They've asked us to give us a cheerio on air today. They'll be listening there. So Barney, Maisie, Fieldsway, all the boys, Blocky, Stu Kennedy, Harmsy, the Johns brothers, the McDonald brothers, Buff. There's a whole stack of blokes there. Gary Goyne, stack of really, really good country footballers having a great day. Guys, cheerio. Wish I was there with you. Love you all very much. Have a wonderful day and a good night. Don't really care who wins between Sydney and St Kilda or Lucas Holmes, but we'll see how it goes.
Speaking of club legends, just in front of us, John Deverill.
John Deverill.
Speaking of before.
Who we were speaking about before, 6 premierships for the Warners Bay Football Club. So again, cheerio to the Orange Tigers, guys. Have a great day there, fellas. And missing you up here, but I hope you enjoy the call of the footy here with my expert colleague, the great Lucas J. Holmes.
There we go. It'll be interesting. We did that game earlier in the year between Warners Bay and Terrigal, and Warners Bay came into the blocks flying. I think they were up by 3 or 4 goals at halftime, then fell away quite dramatically in the second half. They need to put a 4-quarter performance together, David.
Oh, absolutely. And that's been their biggest weakness in the last 2 seasons. The only time I've been commentating, they can't put 4 quarters together, Louis. Often.
Yep.
Often.
We'll find out.
McDonald and Barton. Oh, that's even money, that one. That was close. Grinier in there, McDonald in there. Ball spinning around like a 10-pin bowling alley in there. Harrison Cook, who's going off to do some squad training for the Australian Gridiron side. Lucas Holmes is a defensive lineman. He's going to miss the next 2 games of Black Diamond Football League because he'll be in Brisbane. So well done, Harrison. We wish him all the best.
It's a great achievement from Harrison Cook.
Indeed. He's got the build to be a defensive lineman. He's a big man and built low to the ground. So we wish him well playing in the squad up there. Ball comes out, dropped by Luke Roach, despite some attention. Kernahan needs to get rid of the foot. He does. Luke Roach has got a man on. Oh, a very unselfish Crawley. Spinks. Now he's got a great tackle. Absolutely superb by Alec Clark in the last line of defence. That ball should not be with that player. It should be to Clark. Short ball in front of us. Comes out to Thornton. They're right in front of us. Kernahan on the mark. Go, play on called. Away they go. Now that should be 50. If he's run over the mark, that's 50 metres, umpire. The umpire's come in. I believe that should be 50 as well. He said move on, not play on. Kernahan has heard that as play on. Really under the rules of football, Lucas, that should have been a 50-metre penalty.
Yeah.
Gibbs on the mark now. The umpire handled it actually very nicely and with class, to be fair. Ball comes out. Kernahan's on the mark. Very active on that mark, doing a good job.
Switch is still on again.
Yeah, good call, Louis Holmes. As the presentations go on behind us. Some things never change, Louis. Now Barton's at the back here, along with West. Barton on his favoured left. Goes as long as he can. Clayton giving Deverill all sorts of problems today, and I mean all sorts. Anderson's back in, makes a good tackle. A high tackle against Roach. Play under Vasey. Little short stabbing kick out to DeVal. Stewart over there, and ball goes out of bounds. Yeah, Deverill's really, for the first time that we've seen him this year, having all sorts of trouble with Aaron Clayton, that big body and the real experienced Lucas.
He's probably the most experienced player he's played on so far this year, I would think, David.
Yeah, you're going to get schooled playing against him if you don't play him close. Lovely kick out. That couldn't be a goal, surely. Stewart in front, no. Got to be careful here. Spinks. Now, did that go out of bounds in the fall? It did not. Colin Goodenough right on the ball, as he always is. He's done a lot of games in Black Diamond Football League, Colin Goodenough. I'm pretty confident he hasn't made too many mistakes, Lucas.
No, he sure is. He sure has done, rather, David. Very good boundary umpire, Colin Goodenough.
Always at the footy with his kids and, lovely family. They've got hair like him too, especially his little girl. Sweet little child she is. Barton. McDonald gets that one out now. Got to be careful here. Gawler ground level, trying to stay on their feet. Someone got dragged out of there real quick. Spinks in there on the side. Now gets the football off Stewart. Put his head over the football as they teach you to do these days. Very tight in there. And ball out. And that's Irwin, I think, at number 8 over there on the far, far side.
You correct, David?
I'm getting better with the Warners Bay plays, Lucas. I'm getting schooled here every time by my expert colleague, Lucas Holmes, a good Warners Bay man that he is. Spinks, got to get rid of it. No, that's Spinks now. I do beg your pardon. Little short kick, so it's very tight in there. Louis, 20 to 24 players in at this contest.
Sure is. You see that in modern football these days with that amount of people, if not even more, around the football.
Indeed. world's tallest water runner over there for Warner's Baby, about 6'9", that fellow, one of your reserve grade teammates with the man bun, Louis. Ball comes out, Barton gets crushed. Now, yes, he's been pinged. Link Stewart, I think, has got the holding the ball free kick. He has. Handball comes out. Got it in the quarterback, Jake Roach. Got it in the right man's hands. Straight down Corey Devil straight. Over the shoulder, surely. Has to be over the shoulder to Corey. Spinks running off him. Down past us. Got to get in front. Now, Kernahan's on. What can he do? He's on his non-dominant. Little short left-footed kick is average and gets picked off by Wood. That's Sean McGrath, the coach. Gets the ball out. He's in all sorts. Almost a sling tackle made in there. They're all still on the ground, right in front of us. Oh, should have been a push in the back to Kernahan.
Yeah.
Yep, because he put his body on the line. Lucas Holmes.
Yep, body over the ball, head over the ball, and go short, trying to find McDonald.
Trying to find McDonald, can't get him. Over there's Warner, running off his Corey Deverell. Misses a handball. Should have taken that one at first grade level. Now, Spinks has ducked his head a bit, might not get a free. Umpire Martin says, oh no, it's on now! No love lost these two sides. They have had argy-bargy before. No surprise that Ben Hunter's in there as well. Never is. Will not take a backward step. Excuse me, mate. Please don't walk behind there.
Yeah.
Play continues on. McDonald tap out. Ball comes out now. Here's Nickel. Gibbs in front. Can't quite get to the ball. Picks it up now. Big, strong boy is Gibbs. Can he kick one on the run? Kane Gibbs on the run in front of the old boys. Superb. Simply superb. Warner's Bay 6-7-43. Nelson Bay 2-1-13. Lucas J. Holmes.
Prime 7. In 2017, Prime 7 has every big game live and free. Coverage includes 4 games every round on 7, mate, including Friday and Saturday night and Sunday afternoons. Black Diamond AFL and Prime 7, your local AFL team.
Great work, Kane Gibbs. Beats 2 men. That interesting ball drop, he's using 2 hands at the same time. And that does the job, the big fella, who's come back this year from a broken thumb or a dislocated thumb, Lucas?
Broken, yeah, either I think it was dislocated.
Badly,
and then went to sort of put it back in, and then which broke it, I think, David.
I think that's the story. Infraction at the centre square. Who's got pinged here? Is a McDonald's free kick. It is. So that rubs salt in the wounds. Nelson Bay not having a good day. McDonald goes. Reimer could have been pinged for 10 metres too close. Deverell. Van Ness got the football. He's got a bloke who's about 20 pounds bigger than him. Warner comes out onto his left. Gets enough of it. Oh, nearly taken. Runner's going to get out the way there. That's Speaks, jinx, and gone. Superb tackle, Grinya. Nelson Bay take the option of going straight away. Trying to get it to Reimer, who's free. Deverell's in there, head over the football. Another head over the football, Warners Bay. They want the football so much today, Lucas Holmes. This is the most consistent quarter and a half we've seen from them all year.
They sure do. Balance in the midfield too. Those sort of grunt plays of Roach and Hunter, and then those sort of flies of Deverell and Irwin and others in there.
Matthew
in
Spinks.
And under. Yes, true.
Nickel. Ball comes out here. It's anyone's. Now this is Warner. Can he step his man? He can't. Little short handball. 28's McClure. Gibbs in front! Now, this time I reckon he'll be kicking himself if he doesn't get this one. He's about 15 minutes out, Lucas. Gibbs is proving to be a real menace today. Marty Ryman told me before the game, he says that Gibbs has got a real potential. You think of a good off-season, getting himself fit. He's a big unit, and if he continues on this rate, he could become a Warners Bay star of the future, LJ.
Since he's come in, he's kicked a fair few bags of goals too, David. He's kicked a fair few.
Apparently he's kicked 15 in the last 4 games, is what Marty told me.
Pretty good. Average 4 a game.
Mathematics 101 from Lucas Holmes, our Bachelor of Communications student next year, I might add, ladies and gentlemen. Gibbs to foot his second. Little short run up. Does not miss. Another goal, Gibbs, who's proving an absolute menace. Warners Bay starting to get dangerous for Nelson Bay. 7-7-49. Nelson Bay 2-1-13. Lucas J. Holmes.
Star 104.5 FM. Star 104.5 plays the music we all love and has proudly supported the Black Diamond AFL since 2005.
Great pictures on Bar TV. Right behind that one. Straight over Sticks Baldwin's head. And away we go with another goal, Warners Bay. Well, goodness me, you wonder how Warners Bay would have gone if they played like this earlier on in the year, Lucas Holmes.
They've been very good so far. Just need to as we were saying before, put that 4-quarter performance together as I stumble on my words.
Is it a 4-quarter performance you're saying, Colt Hero?
That's what I was after. Thank you, David.
Very good. Crawley back in the centre. Barton, a left-hander. Look, well, Nelson Bay have to answer now. They've got to do something. Deverell. Oh, no, sorry, Anderson. I beg your pardon. I'm impressed with this lad. Looks like he can play a bit, although I put the Moz on him and it's picked off by Mudd. Mudd goes straight back down the line. Straight down Clayton. Clayton's away. Puts that to the hot spot. Someone's got to get under it. And it's gone through benignly for a behind. Nelson Bay 2-2-14. Warners Bay 7-7-49. Almost 9 minutes gone here at Fane Oval on Old Boys Day on this beautifully new resurfaced ground. You can't explain to people when you talk to old timers about how bad this place used to be. The word swamp was used often, Lucas Holmes. Is that a fair call?
No, it is a very fair call, David.
Council have done a superb job. Schindler Taylor at the back, couldn't grab it. Stewart comes out. Nickel.
Van Est.
Thank you, Van Est. I do beg your pardon. Yes. Gibbons. Marks. Goes square. Who's he spotted? Goodness me, who was he spotted there? Oh, he's looking for Hunter. Great intercept, Mark Clark. Goes three-quarter wedge. Oh, good grab. Vasey? Yep. Really good, strong mark, Lucas Holmes.
That's what you often see Luke Price doing out on the lead, out in front. Very well taken there by Nathan Vasey.
Well, someone's got to stand up for the Marlins. This could get ugly. Vasey will probably kick just inside. No, right on 50. Forced short at the back is Stewart. With that ungainly kicking style, hacks the ball forward. Roach did make a decent effort at that. Away he goes. Almost the best player on the ground at the moment. He's been a superb touch. Ball goes out of bounds. Like Jake Roach, 3 goals. He's really... No one's actually... This is the thing. When Jake Roach is given time and space, he's absolutely destructive. He doesn't like close checking.
Doesn't he? He's a very good user of the football, as we've said. Very long kick and very physical style around on defence as well.
If anyone can ever get Jake Roach to harness his ability, he could be anything, Lucas. Anything. A league starting... He could start for the league at Ruck Rover. That's how much talent he got. It's just a matter of harnessing that. Hunter with a left foot kick. Ryan Mudd puts it straight back down where it came from. Barton, Lux of Fortune. Handball out. And this is where they're off. Their delivery today, Nelson Bay, has been average.
Is it holding?
No, holding the ball.
Way.
Yep.
Wow.
Irwin. Another good tackle. So that would be 7 or 8 tackles successfully rewarded today for Warners Bay. And I'm sure if Marty Ryman's thinking about that half-time, he'll be very happy with their efforts. The best man on the ground so far, one Jay Roach with the football centre wing. Should go long. Doesn't. Goes short. Oh, great mark, Kernahan, who does possess a great pair of hands. Looking for Van Est. No, coming through. I think was Nickel. Schindler Taylor nearly goes and holds himself. DeVal's got him. But Jake Roach is having a picnic today. And Kernahan does have a lovely pair of hands, doesn't he, League? He's a one-grab player.
He is, and often Jake Roach has he's fairly consistent, Jake Roach. It's just other players today have stood up with him as well, which made them a lot better.
Yeah, and the Marlins are not playing confident football. Schindler Taylor, centre-half forward. He's another talent. And he pressed at rep level this year, didn't he, Lucas Holmes?
He did. Was a late in.
Now, I reckon that's off to the right significantly. Behind, Warners Bay, 7-8-50. Nelson Bay, 2-2-14 after 12 minutes. He laid in and played superbly, Lucas. Played like it meant something to him, Louis. Is that a fair statement?
He does. He's played a few, played in that sort of national indigenous...
Sorry, trouble here. Dropped mark. Nelson Bay under more pressure than the Federal Coalition. There comes Clark. Handball out. Oh, well done, DeVal. Got to get rid of it now. There's one more and they're out. One more. Warners Bay, too much pressure. This is such good football for the Bay. And it's on its centre-half forward. The combative Hunter again. Doesn't take a backward step. And the Nelson Bay are out. Matthews got the footy. Looks out here for Ericsson. Coming straight down the middle. Good football here. Oh, bet you that's Clayton. Oh, yeah, handball off for Reimer for great football, Nelson Bay. And he misses. The only player today who's been under any pressure from Warners Bay is Lachlan Deverell.
Yeah.
Clayton is giving him a touch-up when he gets the football. Great combating football right here in front of us. It was exciting to call.
Sure is. Look, that's where they've looked most dangerous so far. When they've had the football, Nelson Bay was in that sort of transition. They turned the ball over on their half-forward flank, Warners Bay, and they almost paid for it.
Especially when Clayton's got the ball, when he's got space, he's very dangerous. When they cluster it up, Warners Bay, it's a bit more hard for him. Crawley a mark just outside 50 in front of the telegraph pole. Little short kick comes out and not taken by Van Est. Ball goes out of bounds. Roger Price in screen there, the president of the Nelson Bay Football Club. Great football man, father of Luke. terrific football guy, Lucas Holmes. Put many, many years into the Nelson Bay Marlins club, and he's a legend of that club.
Sure is. It will be great. As you said before, we're going up there next week and for finals as well, David.
Yeah, very great to see that Nelson Bay have got a semi-final this year. That's going to be we'll have 2 games on that day, both men's semis, Louis, so it'll be great.
Yeah, it's a great ground up there as well, Dick Burwell Oval.
It is, and we get the best feed in the league at half-time, Lucas Holmes. Important things. Deverell, Clayton. Deverell beats him that time very well. But can the ball stay in? No, it doesn't. So right now, with Nelson Bay 35 points down, you need Jaden Reimer, who's in picture there, number 14, and a few others to really step up and just put a stamp on the game. And I can't see them doing it at the moment. Warners Bay are all over him. Tap out, missed. Hunter, that's a throw, and paid, I reckon. And guess who did it? Jaden Reimer. Oh, there's another push out. Excuse me. There's no love lost here. There's lots of argy-bargy on the side. This game's just at an edge. It's an edgy game. Lots of jumper punching and pushing. And we hope that people don't get in trouble. Ben Hunter's already been in trouble this year with the tribunal, so the judiciary. Jaden Reimer. Now, what's going on here? Reimer's been asked to wait. So Reimer's going to kick from inside 50 just after we said he had to step up. What's Jaden done? Missed it badly to the right, and that ball's even gone out of bounds on the bounce. So he's missed that terribly. Look, it's a big shank.
He has.
Oh, like every single iron shot I ever pull off on a golf course, always goes that way. It's terrible.
Likewise, if I get them that far, that is.
Golf is such a frustrating game.
It is. I wonder who they've put to. We haven't seen a hard tag to Reimer, but whatever they've done, Warner's Bay's done a very good job to nullify Reimer.
Wouldn't be surprised to see if Turner's in and around him, but he hasn't got a tag out at the moment, as an example. Hunter, this is going to blow up shortly. Clayton, here it is, right in front of us. More argy-bargy right in front of the goals. Needs calm heads. Oscar Anderson has been most impressive today. Off to Warner. Long kick down, looking for Luke. Can't get him.
Lost his feet too.
Did. He's done it once or twice today. I wonder if he's got the right boots on.
The ball's gone out, however, on that far side.
It has, right at centre wing. Score, Warners Bay 7-8-50 with 2 goals in this quarter.
Both to Kane Gibbs.
And Nelson Bay 2-3-15. Reimer in ruck against Crawley. As you'd expect, Crawley wins that one with his height. Left footer is smothered. Jake Roach is in there. He's had a quiet patch the last 3 minutes. Reimer with a left footer. Hunter's in front, reads it beautifully, despite the attention of Vasey. And Hunter will be... And then Vasey's dragged a man out of that when he can't do it. That's 50 metres. Totally undisciplined. We saw that on your screen. Nathan Vasey drabs, and Ben Hunter's the type of bloke that'll tell him all about it.
Yeah, that's 2 50-metre penalties he's given away Nathan Vasey so far in this game.
So, Hunter coming forward. Grinya on the mark. Looking for his options. Kernahan's short. Oh, that's quite a dreadful option, and it's going to be Lux of Fortune. Van Ness goes with a sweeping handball to Jake. Can't quite get him. Ball comes out, Grinya. Good tackle, Spinks. Out the ball comes to Riley Irwin. Left-footed. Gets some distance on that. Gibbs! Gibbs again! Another one with a big fella. 3 goals in a quarter for Kane Gibbs. Warners Bay 8-8-56. Nelson Bay 2-3-15. LJ?
Bar TV Sports. Bar TV Sports specialise in the live streaming and broadcasting of local sport, including the Black Diamond AFL. Bar TV Sports, making your game the main game.
Indeed, they do. Great work here, Irwin. Gibbs in front. Too big, too strong. Drops the mark. Little short dribble kick. Jason Dunstall wouldn't be impressed, but he does the job. 3 goals in a quarter to Kane Gibbs after he was off target in the first quarter. Warners Bay, where has this form been? Goodness me. Almost 2 quarters of decent footy, Lucas.
They've been good. Very impressive so far.
They have. Crawley, tap out. Read by Hunter, but he drops it. Gets a handball out at ground level. Thornton misses. Van Est can't get a kick out. All scrappy play. Lovely tackle made, Ben Hunter, and paid by Crook. Gee, the umpires have been sharp today with holding the ball.
They've been very good so far, the umpires.
Excellent. Gibbs pushes out. That should be a free kick for pushing the back, and he's against Kane Gibbs. Sorry, that one was against Wood. Wood's a much more opponent, but he had position on Gibbs, and Gibbs is a bit crude. Wood. Oh, dreadful kick. Punch comes out from Nickel, I think. Goes wide, very wide. Gibbons. It's 1-on-3, so they should get the football here in comfort. Warners Bay look for a handball to Stewart, who should go to Anderson, who's a better kick. Anderson with a short pass. Oh, magnificent one-handed mark. Clayton, get that on replay. Aaron Clayton rolls back the clock with a one-hander that Steve Smith and Ricky Ponting would be happy with. Love to see a replay of that if we could. Deverell drops that plane. Stewart puts his head over it, can't be high. Gibbons, out to Anderson, short ball. Schindler-Taylor goes long. Oh, nearly taken. What a speculate. Good tackle. Really, really good tackle. Ball comes out. This game's just getting hotter and hotter. Ball held in, and Ryan Stanton says mine. Watch this mark, Lucas Holmes. Aaron Clayton. Oh, wow, he's about 3 foot off the ground, one-hander. Absolutely superb, Aaron Clayton. Player of the day so far. Barton misses. Thompson coming through his Gibbons. Misses the football. Kernahan. Turner. Good tackle again. Thompson. Hard man to get off the football. David Wood. Now, I hear a whistle for downfield, I reckon, against Hunter. Players have just got to have sensible heads, Lucas. This game's going to blow over soon, and there will be people getting yellow and reds. It's that sort of a game, isn't it, mate?
It is. It's been very physical around the football.
Absolutely has. Stewart. I'm obscured slightly. Out the back is Irwin. Oh, taps it out when he might have picked it up. It's a 1-on-2. Reimer's there of the Luke variety. Does enough. In fact, does superbly well. Does Irwin. Links Stewart. Goes square. And finds Van Est or Nickel? Van Est. Yeah, got it right first time.
Left footer.
He is. League's best number 58, Lucas. At the ball goes Tristan Warner. Another ex-Musselbrook player, I believe. Is that right, Louis?
You're correct there, David.
Thank you. Bowing back with the pack. Gibbons gets it out. DeVal intercepts. Again, inaccurate disposal on lots of pressure from the doggies. Oh, superb smother, Kernahan. Barton, second chance coming. Under so much pressure, Anderson goes toward the old boys. Luke's out there. Can he do something with this one? No, he can't. Great work by Cooper Scott. McGuinness, can he keep it in? I think he has. And eventually smothered out of bounds. We've gone 21 minutes into this second quarter. Warners Bay careering away in front. They're 41 points up as the breeze starts to pick up, LJ. Right just then, ladies and gentlemen, Crawley, Barton. Crawley. At the back was Luke, I think, or it might have been McClure. Ball goes along the line. Vasey. Close attention from Nick Metcalf. Good tackle. Ball comes out. Matthews at ground level. Got to get that ball out. Back comes Vasey. Now, free kick, I think. Perhaps over the shoulder. And away they go, the Dogs again. Van Est at centre-half back.
Switches on to Schindler-Taylor, David.
Schindler-Taylor's still in front of us, but going backwards is Anderson. Finds Deverell and all sorts of pressure. Oh, what a class effort, Lachlan Deverell. Bit too easy. Now they've got time. Van Est can have one bounce. Savasi's options goes long. Schindler-Taylor's got the seat! Couldn't quite grab it. And picks it up and goes.
And he's down too from that
Stewart,
attempt.
Thank you. I'll watch the football. Gibbs at the back. No, needs to be in front. Rover's coming. McGuinness. Can he do it from there?
No. He has!
Oh, McGuinness. Wow. What a superb effort. And the crowd's gone absolutely ballistic here right in front of us, and it's loud here.
And that player that was down from the Schindler-Taylor specky attempt is still on the ground with the intention of the trainers now, David.
And it's a Nelson Bay player. It's not Schindler-Taylor. It was the guy he must have gone up
he went on.
I should read the scores. That was remiss of me.
I'll do that.
Warners Bay. Here we go. McGuinness, left-footed, 25 metres out. Grubbers one along. Corey Deverell shepherds it home to the raptures of the
siren's
club.
Gone, has it?
And the siren's gone. So we can't hear it here, I must admit. Warners Bay 10-8-68 and Nelson Bay 2-3-15. Goals, Warners Bay 3 to Jake Roach, 3 to Kane Gibbs, all in that quarter. Then singles to Matt Spinks, David McGuinness, Luke Roach, and I'm missing one, Lucas, from Warners Bay. I'll have to get that. There's a goal there that's been given to Schindler-Taylor, and I don't reckon he kicked a goal. All right, I think that might actually be 9-8-62, Lucas. I don't think that last goal.
Yeah, sorry.
Yep. Yeah, so that should. I'll reread the scores, ladies and gentlemen. 9-8-62. No worries, Louis. Nelson Bay 2-3-15. So 3 to Jake, 3 to Kane Gibbs, 1 to Luke Roach, 1 to David McGuinness. Right at the end, Matt Spinks 1. and 2 goals to Aaron Clayton, who's had a great first quarter, unlike the majority of his teammates, Louis. Just before we go to break, Warners Bay will get cheered off here. That will be their best 2 quarters in a row in the entire season.
For sure. They've been very impressive going forward, obviously, but their defensive structures hold up fairly well, other than brilliance in patches from Aaron Clayton, David.
Oh, Clayton's been magnificent. Best Nelson Bay player on the ground in my mind, with limited touches. So big questions for Nelson. Big questions for Nelson Bay at halftime. On behalf of Lucas Holmes, I'm David Redden. We'll have a halftime break and come back shortly.
It's a surprise when you open the door. When you open your eyes, a little smile that turns my whole world inside out. Little touch and I'm yours. Tell me you can be mine. It's like I'm dreaming you're the one I'm
The Havel H2 from just $23,990 drive away. Every drive is a surprise.
every day.
Have it all.
Back with you at Fane Oval, and with Nelson Bay having some serious questions to ask of themselves. Umpires just coming back onto the ground. Warners Bay already out, as you would expect, very keen. And look, as Marty Ryman's about to walk past us, I'm sure that they're very happy with their first half. But I suppose the question is, Lucas Holmes, as Lucas rejoins me in commentary, is that can Warners Bay do this for 4 quarters and really put the foot down and get some much-needed percentage? Because their percentage isn't dreadful for a team that hasn't won very much. They've had a lot of close losses.
Thank you, Marty.
Marty Rowan and Lucas Holmes just having a bit of chat in the background there. Young bloke on the screen in front of us is wearing a Liverpool shirt. We should fix that up. That's dreadful. So, look, on Old Boys Day here, Warners Bay going along very well, almost 47, almost 8 goals in front. And Nelson Bay seemingly have no answers. It's really been quite interesting to watch a team that's in the 4 get basically belted in the first half. People like Ben Hunter really getting in and under and getting under their noses. Jake Roach running alone and unattended a lot. Ben Kernahan doing good work. Kane Gibbs coming a lot in that quarter. This is there's real opportunities here for Warners Bay to develop. And when you consider that they're almost at full strength. It's and it's good to see Matt Spinks getting back and being confident, putting steps on and doing a lot of groundwork, which he's so skillful at. Corey Devils look lively. Lachlan Devils had his hands full with a brilliant Aaron Clayton. But Nelson Bay would be in those rooms at the moment thinking, what are we going to do? How? Oh, they're out there on. Okay, so they must have didn't go in their rooms. They're right down the far end. You wonder what's going through their heads as to whether they can come up with some answers and peg back this lead, or whether where their mindset's at. They're not. In my mind, they're not aggressive enough. They're not going hard enough at the football. They're being beaten in most 50-50 contests by a very committed Warners Bay side. And you look at some of the senior players there right in conference, Louis Jews, Jaden Reimer, Billy Barton, Matthew Jews. They've really got a lift here because otherwise this could be a 100-point victory. And anyway, it'll be very interesting to see. Lucas Holmes, welcome back to commentary.
Thank you, David. That's their senior players. That's where they need to lift as well. Nelson Bay, Aaron Clayton's been their best by far. It's just been those other players, their senior players, to lift it with him.
Couldn't agree with you more. So next week, Lucas Holmes and I make the trek. For mine, it's a long trek. We're up to the Tamari Peninsula next week, Lucas, for Nelson Bay and Newcastle City. The week after that, we're at Adelaide Street, and our last game of the season will be an absolute thriller, and it could be a grand final dress rehearsal, Cardiff and Terragalovoca. It'll be my first trip to tiny Hillsborough. I've never been there yet, so looking forward. I think that will be a very big crowd. It's possibly the last game at Hillsborough before what's now been named the Pasterfield Sports Complex at Cameron Park, which I should have. That was deficient of me. It's that sports complex they're building at Cameron Park, named after a gentleman called Jeff Pasterfield. So we'll call it the Pasterfield Complex, and that's going along nicely. And Cardiff are hoping to be there in 2:18. Just about to get going here as Lucas Holmes has finished what looked like a very nice sausage roll at half-time. Yeah, got the thumbs up from our great cult hero, Lucas Holmes. And, so a few more weeks for us of home and away and then into finals. So semi-final day this year will be at Dick Burwell Oval at Nelson Bay, a preliminary final and grand finals, of course, at Newcastle #1 Sports Ground, which Lucas last week was in superb condition, to be fair.
It sure was. A great exhibition of women's football last week, David. Long day for all of us, but it was well worth it.
Great to see Lucas Holmes as the chief commentator for the Warners Bay game. Had a listen to that call. You did a great job, Louis. Well done.
Thank you, David. Likewise.
Oh, no, I just sit there and watch the great man Birkinshaw and Holmes. I sort of plug along as the apprentice behind, my friend. Away we go. Third quarter, Barton and McDonald. The Ed Sheeran lookalike gets the first tap. Reimer goes through and he's gone. That should be holding the ball. I think that's Jake Roach underneath all of that. Right down the bottom. Good fair tackle, and Reimer acknowledges that. McDonald and Barton again. McDonald right-handed, but straight down Thornton's throat. Out that ball comes. Anderson chasing. Stewart and Reimer of the Luke variety. Stewart will keep that in front. Interesting handball that stays in. Schindler Taylor back to Stewart. Someone just said, well done, Lincoln. McDonald, courageous. Couldn't quite grab the...
Unpaid, I think.
Oh, goodness me, that wasn't... Unless that's interference, that's an interesting decision. We'll let that one go. McDonald goes short. Chip picked off by Duval. The experienced skipper goes wide. And Mark taken, I think that's Louis. No, it's not Louis Jews. Little short three-quarter wedge comes down towards Luke Reimer. Good mark taken there. The brother of the Elliott Davey medalist goes down the line. Well, very well done by Metcalf.
And followed up
great.
two efforts.
Oh, well done. Now, is Nick Metcalf related to Zach Metcalf? Do you know?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay,
David.
fair enough. Thank you. McDonald killing Barton at the moment in the aerial work. Ball at ground level. Good work by Thornton. Gets that ball forward. That's Vasey. Roach tries to stop him. Can't. Thornton backing up. Puts a handball out in front of himself. Keeps the ball brilliantly in. Now come the troops. Nick Turner, little check side kick down the line. Ball stays in and now goes out right near the Warners Bay Old Boys Club banner. And lots of advice being given down there by the old fellas, Louis. I'd love to see some of that. It'd probably need a 7-second delay, I'd reckon.
Yeah, probably don't want the audio of that, David, but always great to get the old boys out here, rather all the time, not just on Old Boys Day. It's great to see some of the class legends of each club come out on their respective days. I'm
sure there'll be some legends at Hilton Mall Oval at the moment down there watching the great Peter Van Dam's 300th game.
Did you manage to get a halftime score or a score of that at some stage?
I couldn't. It wasn't available.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
right.
So
No, that's
apologies
fine.
to everybody.
All good.
Shepherd coming up here. Well done. Well ridden by Roach, and he comes back for some more. You want to be careful. You're fighting out your weight division there, son, with Jake. Lovely ball. It was a great pass. Irwin. Almost downfield. That was dangerous. Corey's in front and taken out of bounds by Duval. Still, this game is just at that edge where one little bit of silly play and it's going to be on for young and old. And I'm not talking handbags at 10 paces. I reckon it could get serious, Louis. I hope it doesn't. McDonald, shepherded out of it almost by Barton. Good tackle, Grinya at ground level. I think that's nickel underneath all of that. Correct, David? Thank you, Lucas. I bet you, Lucas. Lucas Host. You're a good man to work with. That is nickel again. Handball coming out. At the back is Turner. Got a chance here getting some decent footy. Comes out towards McDonald, who's on his natural right foot. Up! Carr couldn't quite grab it. It was tackle. Now Kernahan's tackled out of that by Scott. Thought he could have got a free kick and has. So sticks Kernahan free kick right out on the flank. He'll be professional. Probably put this square and try and find hot spot, I'd reckon. Takes his time, doesn't. Goes short. Who's leading from? Good lead. Is that Anderson?
Anderson gone forward?
Yes, he's moved well forward there, has Anderson. So the Port Macquarie recruit has a chance of kicking his first goal today.
Might be his first goal for the club. I'll have to look at that for everybody.
That runner has to stay clear. Sorry, the water runner has to stay clear from Nelson Bay. Anderson's asking for the mark. Over the ball now. Takes his time. Shanks it awfully, and I think that's out of bounds on the full. So out of bounds on the full. Josh Nicol on the mark. Nelson Bay of the football. Quiet start to this quarter. Almost 5 minutes gone. Grinya served his country overseas with the Royal Australian Air Force. He's a pilot. Reimer, that's a free kick against Reimer to Jake Roach. Just dragged him fair square. That sort of sums up Nelson Bay's day. Jake Roach in front, Draven Reimer out of pure frustration. Jake Roach, magnificent spot to Gibbs, who picks it up clean, coming through like a steam train, the big man. What's he done? Oh, Kane Gibbs. Van Est runs around. Kane Gibbs take a bow. Adam Van Est to goal. Warners Bay well on their way to a big 4 points here. Warners Bay 10-8-68. Nelson Bay 2-3-15. Lucas Holmes.
The entertainment grounds on the Central Coast. The entertainment grounds has quickly established itself as the premier events location on the Central Coast. The entertainment grounds is an indoor and outdoor multi-purpose community facility for functions, events, festivals, weddings, exhibitions, as well as horse racing.
Magnificent work, Kane Gibbs. Van Est not marked. Runs around, little short left-footed kick over the shoulder. And Warners Bay 53 points in front, 5.5 minutes gone. Ryan Stanton orchestrating the whole thing. And away we go again in the centre. McDonald and Barton. Barton that time left-handed. Hunter at the back under pressure. Too strong for Jews, Louis. some problems with the live score in the moment. Lucas Holmes will try to get that fixed for you shortly, ladies and gentlemen. Lucas, the best bit to do is to go out and just go out the whole thing and come back in, mate. Ball out of bounds in front of Corey Deverell. Half forward flank, 6.5 minutes gone, or 6 minutes gone. Warner's Bay 68, 10-8. Nelson Bay 2-3. The ball with Colin Goodenough. Out that ball comes. Push out coming from Cooper Scott. Schindler Taylor leaves that one for Hunter. Hunter has a bounce. Oh, arrogance. Straight down the centre. Oh, picked off though by DeVal. Van Est has been one of the goal kickers this quarter, Lucas.
Yeah. Still a goal down on that,
yes,
David, with Van Est on there, though.
That's interesting.
Yes.
Just quickly while the play's going, there should be 3 to Jake, 3 to Kane.
Yep.
David McGuinness, Luke Roach and Adam Van Est should be the goal kickers on there.
Yep.
I'll leave that with you. So, ball with Kane Gibbs again. Jake, now they've picked up the interesting, Lucas Holmes mentioned this earlier. Jake Roach was looking for a cheap kick off Gibbs, and Billy Barton didn't let Roach go. So, they've at least got something right, Louis. Gibbs again. Gets a fair bit of that, just off to the side. Got some decent distance behind. So the score should be Warners Bay 10-9-69, Nelson Bay 2-3-15. Again, apologies for those of you watching on live scoring. It's had an epiphany, and we'll have to get to that. Gibbs! Couldn't quite grab it. Nickel in front. Oh, massive collision with 4 players there. And we have a ball up in the forward flank area. 7.5 gone, quarter number 3.
Just quickly, David, so you've got Luke Roach, Jake Roach. So 3 for Jake Roach.
1 for Luke.
Yep.
1 for David McGuinness.
Yes.
1 for Adam Van Est and 3 for Kanye.
Yep. Okay.
That should be a goal kickers. Out in front of Turner and Clark. Clark drags him out of that. Schindler Taylor. Now that should be a free kick to Turner, I reckon, and is. Out that ball comes. And that is Tim DeVal who's picked that one off. Goes short, finds Bellman, who's been quite up there under enormous pressure. Another one of Nelson Bay plays who's very strongly built through the trunk. If you ran through, you'd know all about it. Out that ball goes to Cooper Scott, and he takes that ball in a quiet period of this match, going straight down the line. Stewart in front. Doesn't take the mark, and in fact, not paid. Must have been ruled that Stewart touched it. Vasey goes at ground level. He's fortunate not to take out someone's feet. And the score, the live scoring now is actually technically correct with the actual score. 10-9-69, 2-3-15. Just some issues with the technical part of that. Hopefully that's all right for those of you following us on live scoring through the Black Diamond website.
We will get that fixed up, if not already, at 3/4 time for everybody.
Okay. Ball out of bounds. Colin Goodenough chasing the football. Quiet patch in this third quarter, really. Only just a 1 goal. But Warners Bay well on their way to a big victory, Lucas Holmes.
They've been, they haven't looked like dropping off in this third quarter either, David, so that's a positive for them.
Indeed. Nelson Bay may have dropped one back in defence to help out. Stop the rot. Hunter, little short kick. Got to be in front. Clayton's gone back too, Lucas. Hunter going through there with a shoulder. Reimer almost picked off. Hunter again over the football. They won't get him off the football easily. Handball comes out. He's like a diesel in there. Just grinds away in and down low. Interesting chase on here. Nickel. Matthew. Gibbons should shoulder charge and does. Nickel, hands out. Now anybody's ball. Beautifully picked up by Luke Reimer. Immediately beset upon. Gibbons is in there, so's Nickel. Grinia goes long. Good view of this on our
Touch
screens.
ball, play on.
Touch ball. Thank you, Lucas. I thought that was a mark to Stewart. Great call umpire Holmes. Jake Roach over the shoulder. And we'll let Vasey know all about it. Yeah, no love lost there. And Jake Roach got the big smile on his face. So Roach looking at his options, goes to the far side and goes long, uses that beautiful cultured right foot of his. What a superb spot. Mark couldn't quite be taken. Deverell in there, puts the body on the line. That's Lachlan Deverill, I do beg your pardon. He's almost holding the football there. Crook's got perfect position side on. And up across come the followers to get in here for the next contest. So, just some information that's been passed to us by our EP, Louis. Oscar Anderson's from Port Macquarie and Coffs Harbour. Ex-Swans Academy player, played TAC Cup the last year for the Eastern Rangers. Made the Australian ACC side Melbourne Schoolboy Team of the Year as a centre-half back. Invited to play for the Box Hill Hawks this year, but came home for family reasons.
Wow.
And he's 18 years of old. So, we thank Matt for that. Thank you, Liam, as well. Really appreciate that. The information coming from our wonderful Bar TV team.
Thank you. And just quickly, Box Hill Hawks obviously affiliated with Hawthorn in the VFL.
Indeed. Out here to the Val.
Live scoring's back up and going, ladies and gentlemen.
Lucas Holmes has fixed it all up, our technical guru. Well done to Val. Good effort, Roach. Should have been paid against him eventually. Went too far. All sorts of Warners Bay pressure here, and they get the football going forward quickly. There's no question in my mind that at least one, possibly two Nelson Bay players have gone back in the slot. One of them's Aaron Clayton. So Nelson Bay go wide. You wonder how many options they're going to have up front because of that. McDonald chasing Barton. You'd think Barton would be a bit too quick for him. In comes Jake Roach. No mucking around. Out goes McDonald down the line. Not a real option. And Mudd gets the football. Got time in front of Gibbs. McDonald, Schindler Taylor. Now that's a takeout. Is that a chop out? And paid. Out, just down in front of us on the screen, you'll see Billy Barton out here. McDonald's running to him crudely, and Crook's taken that he is paid that he's taken him out, Lucas Holmes. That should be 2-3-15, Louis, I think, for Nelson Bay. So watch this replay. Watch McDonald take out Barton. And he does. So although I think Schindler Taylor taking the mark, ball comes into this forward area. Handball comes out from Vasey. Left foot kick comes to Reimer. Beautifully done there. And Jaden Reimer takes a simple mark off Sean McGrath, actually. Lovely left foot kick. And Jaden Reimer will have a perfect view of this in our Bar TV pictures. And Reimer, to say this is a much needed goal for Nelson Bay would be a severe understatement. Reimer. Great view on your Bar TV pictures. Curves it left to right. And that's a goal. Goal to the Elliott Davey medalist Jaden Reimer. Nelson Bay 3-3-21. Warners Bay 10-9-69. Lucas J. Holmes.
Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery. Sports Coast Trophy, the leading supplier of trophies and embroidery on the Central Coast. They are also proud supporters of the Black Diamond AFL.
Reimer, I thought when he hit this, it kicked this a bit too far left, but used the breeze beautifully. Nice little Lucas Holmes in-swinger there, Louis. And away you go. Almost 14 minutes gone in this quarter. Ryan Stant in the centre, along with Alex Martin and Harrison Crook.
Still a bit of a lull in this game, however, isn't there, Dave? The tempo's just dropped slightly.
Absolutely beautifully called by Lucas Holmes. Couldn't put it better myself, so I won't say anything. Spot on. Crawley back in the centre. Out the ball comes. 28 was McClure in the guts there. Bellman and Kernahan. Bellman will use his strength. Good mark tumbling down Lincoln Stewart. Love his haircut. Goes wide. Typical Lincoln Stewart kick, helicopter. Schindler Taylor should put the speed on here. Goes short. Looking for Metcalf?
Yes.
Thank you. Oh, Spinks coming in very late. Almost gets a great mark. Duval very steady. Very composed under enormous pressure. Irwin. Oh, is that Irwin? No, it's not. Metcalf again. Push in the back, I think. Now, there's a bit of a scrum in here. I bet you that's Ben Hunter. I will wager that it's Ben Hunter not getting up in a hurry. The tank engine. It's not. It's $1.05. I've just lost. Oh, no. It was Luke Roach. I've been carved up by the scoreboard operators. Help me, Rhonda. I would have sworn that was Ben Hunter not getting up. I should have. He didn't have the white tights on, so I've missed out there. Nick Metcalf, left-footed. Goes long. Mark at the back, not taken by Gibbs. Oh, Nickel couldn't kick it from there. McGuinness, little jink, goes backwards.
Smart.
Very.
And that's Luke Roach, David.
Now you shut up. Luke Roach? Are you kidding me? Luke Roach's second outstanding goal today. I got that one right, gentlemen. Thank you. Luke Roach's second goal today off a very tight angle. Warners Bay 11.975. Nelson Bay 3.321. LJ.
Marksman Workforce. Marksman Workforce have been great supporters of the Black Diamond AFL since 2016.
We thank them and our other valuable sponsors, Lucas, for their great work in assisting our league. Luke Roach, tight angle. And the one-hand salute from Big Kanye, and that's a goal. So Warners Bay in no trouble here at the moment. Whilst they haven't scored many goals this quarter, they've been steady, and that would please the coach. Only one goal by the opposition, and they've kicked 3 goals. This is the sort of performance Marty Ryman has been demanding all year.
He has. Looks like he may get it too.
Yes. They'd have to fair and fall asleep. They'd have to get on the Mogadon to lose this. 31's Lachlan West. Out comes Grinya, going backwards. There's Marty Ryman in focus right in front of us. Look at the head on it. Out the ball comes, looking for Reimer of the Luke variety, takes the mark. Crawley's got to move away. That could have been 50. Luke Reimer goes square. Finds Ericsson. No, Thornton. Well done, Warners Bay. I bet you that was Turner, was it?
It was.
Turner Stoney's. Look at this. Another great effort. Terrific work. Spinks trying to not give away a free. Link Stewart's in there. Ryan Mudd strong. Magnificent left-hand fend. Dustin Martin-like. Oh, missed by Anderson. Can he come back? He does. The Port Macquarie player who we've just found out played for the Eastern Rangers in the Tackler Cup last year. Little ball comes down the line. Well done. Good running by Metcalf. Finds his space. Onto his left. It's a helicopter mongrel. Goes long, goes 50. Out of bounds in front of Thompson. So that's a couple of players this year in the league that have come to our league, have been in the TAC Cup. Marcus DeLua played for the football factory, the Calder Cannons.
Yep.
And Oscar Anderson played for the Eastern Rangers. That's fantastic to see people of that calibre coming back to play in our league, Lucas Holmes.
It sure is. It shows the Black Diamond AFL is attractive to players all around the country.
Look, let's face it, living in Newcastle is a big magnet for a lot of people. It's a great place. I think it's Australia's best city overall. It's a superb city. It's so much to offer. And you think of other people playing football around Southern and New South Wales who are cold and whatever else. Look at this. We're 17, 18 degrees, good conditions, grounds that are being worked on because lots of work through the league and councils. You look at the difference that this place at Fane Oval is undergoing a massive change in the next 12 to 18 months. So it's a reasonable place to play football, Lucas Holmes.
It is. Very good quality as well.
It is. We played this year against a very good Sydney side, and we held our own in what was a cracking game of representative football, Louis.
It was. They only kicked away in that last quarter, but till then, they were very competitive.
Oh, danger here. Nichols got the sit. Reimer holds his own and does particularly well. Little short handball comes out. Goes to shoulder charge. Corey Devil at ground level. Very good tackle, West. Ball comes out. Max Spinks leads the way. Needs to hold his balance. Oh, Matt Spinks, superbly done. Really, that was so clever. McGuinness, a dinky little kick, and finds Metcalf on his preferred left. Hot spot. In fact, further in front of that. Oh, fine. Schindler Taylor.
Oh, he's dropped it.
I reckon he was looking straight in the sun. That is his only excuse. No, can't get pinged there because he's ducking his head. Out they go. Nelson Bay. Oh, Eric, it's a bounce in front of Corey. Well done, Sam Gibbons, coming off his man.
Centrally.
To Sticks. Sticks, Kernahan's got it. Barton's on the mark. Short kick from Kernahan. Finds Luke Roach. Goes to the far flank. Looking for and finding Schindler Taylor this time. Takes the mark, much to the pleasure of his Warners Bay teammates out here on the bench. Schindler Taylor goes long and direct. Hot spot. Gibbs! Goodness me, this bloke's showing some form.
He sure has, David.
It was a superb pass, to be fair, from Schindler Taylor. The type that backmen absolutely hate.
Yeah. Right
out in front of Gibbs, who's got nice sticky hands again.
Still, Gibbs has got to be in front and take that ball that was going at a million miles an hour.
And no disrespect, he's an inexperienced footballer that sometimes isn't in front. When he learns to be in front all the time, look at the build on him. Most fullbacks in the league aren't going to stop him. He's a monster. Great shots here on our Bar TV. What can Kane Gibbs do? He has kicked that right over Andy Baldwin's head Impressive. 4 goals. Kane gives Warners Bay in front by 60. 12-9-3-3. Lucas J. Holmes.
Subway Morisset. Subway Morisset is open 7 days a week. Breakfast, lunch and dinner. Trading hours 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Support local businesses. Subway. Eat fresh.
Thank you. Look at this ball swerve just slightly in the air, and he's kicked it perfectly. Just a little outswinger, and a goal. So Warners Bay really comfortable. 3-1 this quarter. They haven't taken the foot off the throttle. The tempo, as Lucas Holmes mentioned earlier on, is a bit milder and slower, but still, Nelson Bay have got no chance of winning this now. Good crowd here at Fane Oval, the lovely part of the late Macquarie district here in Warners Bay. Ben Kernahan, can he get rid of the football? Tackled by Reimer. Out the ball comes forward flank. Leading the way is the impressive Anderson, who's a good pickup for Warners Bay, Lucas Holmes. Handball comes out, intercepted by Hunter. Dragged out of that, I thought, illegally. Great tackling by Hunter and Anderson. Goodness me, Vasey must be strong. Ben Hunter gave him the kitchen sink there, and he just got up and dealt with it.
It's very strong physical play. Nathan Vasey, played all through juniors with Jaden Reimer. Very impressive youngster.
They've got some good talent up there, Nelson Bay, and it's great to see there'll be another football club from the Peninsula next year. Jaden Ryan with a lovely kick out of bounds in the full, however. Great to see another team up there in the Port Stephens Power coming in the women's competition, Louis, at Ferradale Park at Medowie.
It is. Be great to see, as we've touched on last week, especially this women's competition expanding in our region.
Indeed. Louis, have you played cricket at Ferradale in your junior or senior days?
I haven't.
Okay. Out that ball comes from Grinya. Stewart quickly kicks out. Dangerous because he's gone straight down the centre. That's one of the Jews brothers, Matthew, I think. Goal. Matthew Jews punishes a Lincoln Stewart error. Nelson Bay, 4-3-27. Warners Bay, 12-9-81. Lucas J. Holmes.
Hunter Haval, looking for a feature-packed premium SUV for your family? Check out Hunter Haval and the range of affordable SUVs. Starting from just $23,990, drive away with a 5-year warranty and 5 years roadside assistance. Hunter Haval, give you more. Book your test drive today.
They had a demonstrator model on special this week on our Facebook page, Lucas, at $23,990 and had all the bells and whistles. It's a great buy. Really good SUVs. Please get over to Hunter Haval at East Maitland and give them a chance. They've got a great SUV range, and they are very much valued supporters of our league.
They did, and they had a competition running at one of the Black Diamond plate games today, David. Kick for cash.
Kick for cash, indeed. We must mention the Beyond Blue fundraiser at Maitland today, Lucas. A massive day and night for Maitland and Wyong Lakes, two clubs that have been affected by depression in males. So, fantastic effort they're making. McGrath gets overkicked. Now, Anderson's going to get back here. Now, how's he going to handle this professionally? Gets it out of bounds. Quite professional. And, didn't really have too many options. He was under a bit of pressure.
Deep inside the forward pocket, right in front of us here in our commentary position at Fane Oval.
Worked out of it. Now, Bellman's at the back. Oh, good tackle, Kernahan. But kick gets away. Gibbons needs to put this through. Oh, unbelievably keeps it in.
And probably should have.
And not paid. Why wasn't that paid? Smothered beautifully, Kernahan. Gibbons, great tackle. It's on here. And professionally done by McGuinness. Someone needs to explain to me why that wasn't paid. If that's not 15 metres, I'm buying real estate. Honestly.
It looked like it went the required journey, David, but, sorry, excuse me. However, Alex Martin. Oh, and Jake Roach
goes to centre wing. Ladies and gentlemen, he's just hit Robert Schindler-Taylor, just short of centre wing. Great tackle. Oh, not paid, Harrison. That was holding the man at ball if ever I've seen it. No, not your kidding. I'll call that later. You just do the watching. I'll do the calling. Thank you. Out that ball comes from Gibbons. Anderson now. That might be three-quarter time. It is. So, Warners Bay, 12-9-81. Nelson Bay, 4-4-28. Lucas, the goal kickers on both sides, please.
Goal kickers, firstly for the host, Warners Bay. 4 goals for Kane Gibbs. 3 goals for Jake Roach. 2 goals for his brother Luke Roach. And then singles for Matt Spinks, Dave McGuinness, and Adam Van Est. And for Nelson Bay, 2 goals to Aaron Clayton, one to Jaden Reimer, and the other one would be for Matt Jews, David.
Correct. Matthew Jews with a late goal there off a leak short mistake, Lucas Holmes. Warners Bay well in front here by 54 points. We'll come back to you shortly.
It's like I'm dreaming, you're the one I'm all about. Say
The Havel H2.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
from just $23,990 drive away. Every drive is a surprise. Have it all.
Welcome back here to the fourth quarter of the fixture here today between Warners Bay and Nelson Bay. Some lovely comments from the father of the Eddie brothers and Caitlin Wolfe from Warners Bay saying some nice things about us, to us about our comments. She said, thank you both very much. It's very kind. Lucas and I really appreciate it. Don't we, Louis?
We sure do, David. He's big out, isn't he, Jeremy Eddie, for the Nelson Bay side? It makes a huge difference.
Oh, well, all three Eddie brothers. Honey.
Yeah.
There's something I just hadn't even encapsulated, that none of them are here. It makes a massive difference. Ben Eddie's, the Eddie brothers' father was telling us that Jeremy Eddie's up in Port Macquarie. He's working and he's got to work, so he's not here this week on work commitments, which is a great shame. Good player. Out comes Grenier, goes long, well read by Lachlan, who's certainly had a better time of it. Matthew puts him off, though. Can Matthew Jew score early? Yes, he can. Matthew Jews, the last 2 goals of the games. Nelson Bay 5-4-34 and Warners Bay 12-9-81. Lucas Holmes.
Belmont 16-footer sailing club. Located on the picturesque Lake Macquarie, Belmont 16s is one of the premier venues in the Hunter region, offering the very best in dining, promotions and entertainment. For all the latest news and promotions, visit 16s.com.au or find us on Facebook.
Jaden Reimer noticeably limping in the going back to the centre. He's a bit proppy, so that's not a good sign. Early goal here for Matthew Jews, just as I was giving Lachlan Devil a rap for his second half performance. Harry Cook with the footy. Again, he's off to do some training for Australian-American football gridiron side. Well done to Harrison. Oh, strumming through is the resident steam train, Ben Hunter. Out the ball comes. Adam Van Ness got the lead. He's on his wrong side. Gets onto his left. Looking for Luke Roach. Can't get him. There's Hunter again. Luke paddles it off. Sticks Kernahan's in there. He'll be telling everybody all about it. Out the ball comes. Jaden Reimer goes square and beautifully and finds Clark. Clark comes down this flank. That's out on the full. Colin good enough in the perfect position. And I believe that Robert Schindler-Taylor will have this kick. Lucas Holmes. Not very far from us. Schindler-Taylor runs around. That is right in front of us. It's a 1-on-2. At the back. No, couldn't get there. Was Van Est. Gibbs chasing. Oh, great work under enormous pressure. Reimer. Got to get back in their second efforts. Here's Gibbs. Falls over at the wrong time. Wood. Left foot coming down. I think that might have been called touched. Hunter's sitting there at ground level. There he goes again. The resident steam train. And that one's short. No. Bit crude. And 50 kick. Thought that was crude, Lucas.
That was the right call there. Harrison Cruick.
And as you can see, the technique is that the umpire has to run backwards for the 50. And that's the symbol to everybody in the ground, isn't it, Lucas?
Yeah.
That the umpire is in the midst of giving a 50-metre penalty.
It is.
Thornton goes short. Finding Grinya. 3/4 kick out there. Oh, drop what he should have taken. Matthew in all sorts now. Irwin uses his body well. It's Metcalf, that's got to be over the shoulder. Very crude. Well done, Irwin. Runs around, goes square, then kicks an awful kick, really, in the context without too much pressure on him. Coming through is Thornton, being chased by Sticks Kernahan. Goes long. Lincoln's in front. Schindler-Taylor! Geez, got good aerial skills, this bloke. Out towards Nickel. Oh, should have taken that one, Josh. McGrath comes out, the coach, looking for and finding Clayton. And Nickel comes back and makes up for his previous error. Here we go. Off Thornton, goes long. Schindler-Taylor's got the sit. Up he goes. Good grab, Schindler-Taylor. It's good to watch him like that, isn't it?
Bounds straight up back onto his feet and keeps going was the most impressive thing with that as well, David.
Athlete, mate. Absolute athlete. Ball comes out here, Bellman, underneath Stewart's attempted spoil, and that ball will go out in front of Louis. Jews, we've gone 4 minutes in this quarter. The only goal is to Matthew Jews. As the shadows start to lengthen a touch here at Fane Oval. So, 47 points. Another quiet start, really, Louis, isn't it?
It is.
Ball comes out, going straight through really impressively. Now, that was Murphy. That's right, the late in. Murphy's 58, Louis. That's just missed that earlier.
Yeah.
Good enough's there.
Been impressed with Tom McDonald in the ruck today, David.
No, secondary whistle here, Lucas. Sorry, I've just heard a whistle at the back. I wonder what for. No. He's been all right. McDonald's been really good. This is his best performance in the ruck. Yep. He's beaten Barton, and that's that might be against him, though. But
it is.
It is. So he's basically manhandled him out the way illegally.
And it's pretty impressive if you keeping Ben Crawley out the ruck, who's been one of the best ruckmen in the competition for a few years now, David.
Indeed. Going backwards, that's Jake, I think, at the back, or drops a sitter. Then they'll make him pay. Oh, great smother by Gibbons. Second chance, Louis, marked in front. So that's off an error of Jake Roach. And there'll be a goal coming to Cooper Scott, I think. Has to go square on. He's in the square. And he'll kick this into the trees. He's got to be square on, surely. That's in the square.
He should be.
Doesn't matter. It'll be right at point blank. So Scott to kick another goal for the Nelson Bay and puts it into the trees. Cooper Scott a goal. Nelson Bay 6-4-40. Warners Bay 12-9-81. Lucas Holmes.
GE Industrial Solutions. GE Industrial Solutions, partnering with the mining community in the Hunter for the past 50 years, delivering safe and reliable electrical equipment and engineering services to our customers. Also proud to sponsor the BDAFL women's competition.
They've done a wonderful job. They must be so thrilled to see the expansion and the growth of the women's competition, Lucas Holmes, really. And I mean professionally and corporate-wise. It's been a very wise move of them to get involved with the women's football. The growth in women's football is astonishing. It's nothing short of astonishing, as has been women's cricket. Great to see young, athletic females getting involved, and other people who mightn't be as young as those, but they're getting up playing footy. And it's fantastic. It's just great.
It gives them something to aspire to these days now, David.
Especially with AFLW.
Yeah, that's what I mean. With the inclusion of that, it's had them to aspire to something, to climb greater heights.
Out comes McDonald. Good tap down. No one can pick it up. Thornton.
He's been good today.
He's been just about their best. Clayton's gone quiet because he hasn't been up forward. Stewart can't quite get the football. Lachlan at the back. Gets a little handball out. Irwin. Good tackle again. Umpire will say, gone. Very good tackle. I think that is Luke Reimer. Goes out left. Here's the voice. Another good tackle made. Luke Reimer tries to back up. Hasn't got a left foot. And that's going to go out of bounds in the full. Not overly efficient football, but anyway. And Jake Roach will trot on back. It's going to be hard for us to make Subway Morris today. Jake's been pretty good, but he hasn't been dominant in the second half.
No,
So it'll be very interesting. Ben Hunter's been good.
It is. Gibbs has kicked 4.
Yeah. Jake's kicked 3 all in the first quarter.
Yeah.
It's been a steady performance. McDonald's been good too. You were calling him earlier.
Yeah. Metcalf, who's on the ball now, he's been good also.
He has. So's Link Stewart, been very solid as always. Shepherd out, and there's Spink's got a knee in the back there. Schindler Taylor's thinks it through. Now he's got to get rid of the football and does. Not overly efficiently. Spink's got a knee in the back and he's still struggling right in the middle of your screen.
Yeah.
And he copped the bump there. Schindler Taylor had an opportunity but couldn't quite use those usually silky hands of his. Umpire good enough with the football. Sporting the John McEnroe headband. McDonald clearly. He has been good today. For a young bloke, he's very accomplished, Lucas, I reckon.
He is.
And when his body feels out, he's going to be a handful. Matt Spinks and Aaron Clayton. Lovely hands, Clayton. Mud, beautifully tackled by 2 Warners Bay players, one of whom was Crawley. Warner, Hunter, gets the ball out, Hunter. In front, Luke Roach, where he needs to be. Should pop that over. Gibbs has got a one-on-one. Should pop it up towards Gibbs. Does! Gibbs has got the sit! And takes the mark. That was patient by Luke, wasn't he? Just waited till Gibbs. He always had position on Mud, but he just waited and waited and waited.
He did. Going for 5 goals here, Kane Gibbs.
It's going to be hard to stop tonight, Lucas Holmes, if he kicks 5.
Yeah, I know.
You should see the look on Lucas Holmes' face. It's just that nod of the head. He's just going, oh my goodness. So Kane Gibbs for 5. Got an unusual drop of the football. Uses 2 hands almost all the way. He's got a double-handed drop, which is quite unusual. Double-handed. Now, the shepherding and misses, I think.
Yep.
So, point to Kane Gibbs. 12-10-82 Warners Bay. Nelson Bay 6-4. Ball comes out. Jaden Reimer, who's been serviceable. Gibbs has gone over the mark there, Harrison Crook. He can't go further forward. Sorry, go on, Lucas.
Yeah, I was about to say, you could just see then Jaden Reimer just moving slightly.
He's struggling.
Obscured.
Yep, he's just a bit wounded, just a little bit.
Yep.
Wood's got the football. He's going to go fully square here. That's a shank. Now, Luke, it's going to go over Luke's head. It's going to end up being an okay kick. Let's see what Luke Roach can do. Little short check side kick goes 25 metres. Kernahan goes through. Jaden Reimer does what he had to there and did superbly well. Ball comes out here. Warner. Jinkson's turns. That's an Irwin out there. Great tackle and gone.
Grinya, sorry.
Was Grinya, thank you. Superb tackle. Louis.
Yep, no, sorry, David. Going over the top of you too often. He's also been very good at, if we haven't said already, Adam Grinya.
Lucas, you hardly go to the top of me, mate. It's usually the other way around, and I know that's something that Gary in particular likes us to work on, so my apologies. Ball comes out. He's got to come back on the mark, Metcalf. Duval. Handball coming over for the looping plague running around. Is Vasey. Has a paddock. Goes long. At the back is Murphy. Oh, that's McGrath. Should be a push in the back to the coach. Yeah, Lincoln Stewart fall all over his back. And the coach, Sean McGrath, is going to take a difficult kick in that angle there, Louis. Correct side for a right footer.
It is. See how Sean McGrath, the coach of the Nelson Bay Marlins, goes through this.
No one. Jake Roach is in here, as is Lachlan. They're going to stop him running around. McGrath, I think he might have kicked that.
Looks like he has.
See the two hands from the central umpire. Andy Baldwin says goal. Goal to Sean McGrath. And Warners Bay are just tailing off a bit in this quarter. Marty Roman won't be overly happy with that, I wouldn't think. So, score comes up, please, Louis, when you've done that.
I just put Sean McGrath in this system.
Thank you. I thought I'd done that earlier on, but anyway. So, my bad. It's come up as an unknown play. I did put him in, so it's 12-10-82, 7-4-46. I'll let Lucas Phones finish the live scoring because I'm hopeless with it.
Yeah, I'll just put him in here now for you, David.
I thought I'd done it earlier on, mate, so I do apologise to everybody.
That's fine.
And my expert colleague, Lucas J. Holmes, who's had a big day here, ladies and gentlemen, umpired women's football, then played reserve grade and apparently got quite a few touches. He's getting a lot of accolades from his mates. And then here and us as our expert commentator. We appreciate the time he gives football, Lucas. He's done a great job today. Be a tired man tonight.
Thank you.
McDonald, right-handed. Kernahan going through. Crawley, handball. Here's the steam train, Hunter. And they should go advantage. It should be play on. And he's Kane Gibbs in front. Luke Roach roving for a 6'3" rover. Gets that ball out. No, they've missed it again. Here's the chance for Roach. Can he pick it up? Oh, it goes tunnel ball. Quite clever, really. Oh, good tackle. Now it's a 1-on-2, and Thornton will chop that off in front of the old boys. Out that ball comes from, it's to Thornton right in front of. I'm sure he's getting some lovely, pleasant remarks from the old boys, Lucas, halfway through the last quarter. Out the ball comes in front of Luke Roach. Coming through is the impressive Anderson. Goes short. And a mark, I think, yeah. It's the steam train, Ben Hunter. Now, I reckon Hunter, judging by the way he kicks, this will end up in the square just. Look, gives it off. Luke Roach on the run! Oh, just misses what would have been a superb goal. Warners Bay, 12-11-83. Nelson Bay, 7-4-46. Quick kick comes in. Grinya right in front of us in commentary. Gibbs chases. One bounce. And a downfield free kick should be given. And his most undisciplined, Kane Gibbs, goes to Clayton on the wing. There's a bloke you don't want to give any extra kicks to. Beautiful spot. DeVal can't mark it. Anderson puts a fend on. Out the ball comes. Good bumping in there. Oh, maybe held out of it. I thought an open hand handball. Matthew Spinks is in there. Held out of it. And has been paid, has he? Does. Yes, the little live wire over. Held out of that. And he gets the free kick just up there on half-back flank. Ball comes down this Combox side. Oh, lovely one grab from Crawley. Looking his options. Comes down the line again. Gibbs in front. Well actually done by Thompson. Good body strength in defending that. Gibbs picks it up. Shrugs a tackle. Out it goes to Hunter. Short ball. Magnificent spot, Hunter. And gets Nick Metcalf. As Lucas Holmes has fixed the live scoring despite my blemishes. Well done, Louis. Sean McGrath's name's out there on the scoring now. So, great spot, Hunter. Metcalf's going to kick from Lucas 10, 20, 33, 32 out.
30 metres.
This would cap off a good day for Metcalf. He's been real good today. You mentioned him earlier, Louis. That was a superb kick. He flushed that. Absolutely gets it in the screws. Nick Metcalf, a lovely goal. Warners Bay, 13-11-89. Nelson Bay, 7-4-46 after 14.5. Lucas J. Holmes.
Pullman Magenta Shores Resort. Pullman Magenta Shores Resort is an exceptional five-star resort set on 52 acres on the New South Wales Central Coast. Nestled between the pristine waters of the Pacific Ocean, Tuggerah Lakes, and surrounded by National Park, this resort offers guests everything. Impeccable service, amazing on-site facilities, sophisticated dining options, modern villa-style accommodation, and spectacular event spaces. Also a proud BDAFL charity partner.
So 43 points of difference, almost 15 minutes gone. In fact, 15 minutes elapsed time gone now. McDonald almost beaten by Button. Tom called out even money. Umpire's got to get out the way. There's Hunter trying to beat 627 men and gets held in. He's been pretty good today. Gee, gets a lot of ball down and under.
He does. That's what every team needs, sort of a player like Ben Hunter. It's the grunt and in and under pressure.
Correct. It's no surprise that Hawthorn was so successful with the premierships they won when you had Jordan Lewis and Luke Hudge at the bottom of every pack, and Sam Mitchell running off them.
It's pretty impressive, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It really is.
Yeah.
Ball comes out, tapped out, comes out from Louis Jews. Been quiet today, Louis, like a lot of his teammates, to be fair. Ben Crawley in front, gets bamboozled by the bounce, comes back. Schindler Taylor keeps that ball in beautifully. You're looking for Gibbs. Oh, beautifully outmarked by Mudd there. G did well. Just used his body to get in the right spot. He's got 25 kilograms less than the big Kanye.
David Wood, sorry.
Did I say Mudd? I beg your pardon, it's Wood. Thank you, Lucas. At the Baxter Val. Oh, got dragged out of that. Surely was McDonald. Not paid. Lachlan over the footy. Goes through. Good right foot step, Lachlan Deverell. And is it downfield? Yeah, and it's on behind play. 100. Yeah, it's on. That's a downfield free. I reckon that he's been disposed of, Lucas, behind play, and it's Argy-Bargy in there. Ben Hunter's in there for sure. And it hasn't finished. It's still a skirmish. Anderson's trying to get out of there. Kernahan's in there. Why they're going at McDonald, I don't know. Vasey's in there. They need to settle. And Clayton's very smart, gets Vasey out of it. So that is a downfield free kick. Downfield free kick's going to go to Kane Gibbs here on a reasonable angle. Can we see what happened? Let's have a look. Deverell gets rid of it and possibly bumped by Barton. Lucas, shoulder from Barton, I reckon, to in midair. So Gibbs. Kicks it. Gibbs makes him pay. They'll go and give some mouth to Barton. Hopefully this game doesn't explode. 5 goals to the big man. And there are lots of... This game's still got some feistiness in us, Lucas Holmes.
It does.
Warners Bay 14-11, Nelson Bay 7-4. That looked crude to me, and I'm not going to belabor it. Crude, jumping in the air. No wonder there was some remonstration, Lucas.
It's often said in like the media circles, when you choose to bump and it goes a bit wrong, you're always in a bit of strife, David.
Aaron Clayton getting his sledged by Kane, the deadly duo of Kane Gibbs and Jake Roach. Not sure if either of those two will be in Mensa, but it would have been an interesting conversation. Kane Gibbs take about outstanding at full forward today. There's a big forward line, ladies and gentlemen, the Roach brothers and Kane Gibbs. McGuinness, Luke Roach on the fly, should have taken that. Comes back, does the extra work, tries to make up for his error. Oh, he couldn't! No way! Oh, that's the goal of the season! Show us that on replay. That's Jackson Crawford. Again, Luke Roach, you are kidding me. Waiting for the replay, and it'll come here. Luke Roach missed a simple mark, and then in front of the old boys. Here we go. I'm telling you, we had a perfect angle of that. That's an impossible angle. Oh, good gracious me. That is one of the contenders, along with Scott Reed and Jackson Crawford.
Yep.
And actually, Amelia Warner's Ronaldo.
that was very good.
That was classy, Amelia.
That was good.
Superb. Absolutely brilliant, Luke Roach. There, as I was saying, very big forward line. The Roach brothers and Kane Gibbs. Goodness me. That's a worry if those three play together. Marty Ryman must be enjoying this. Out the ball comes. McGuinness, the live wire. Off to another one. Matthew Spinks, who appears to be regaining form and favour. DeVal sitting in the slot. Handball out. McGuinness will put some pressure on here. Does well. Corey's in there. Can they get a kick? No. Mudd. That'll be McDonald's. The Ed Sheeran lookalike gets the mark. Goes short to Luke. Marks this one.
Beautiful kick there, Tom McDonald. Just lower the eyes.
Great skills from a ruckman. Yeah.
Very well. Long way to bend over from his height.
Now, can Luke get close from here? Oh, my goodness gracious. That's a goal. Luke Roach has turned it on the last 5 minutes as Warners Bay in front of the faithful. Career away. They've kicked the last 4 goals. 16-11, 107. 7-4-46. Lucas Holmes.
ISC has been at the cutting edge of designing and manufacturing apparel for elite sporting teams for over 20 years and are proud to be the official apparel partner of the Black Diamond AFL.
Now, here's a replay. Luke Roach from 53. Shepherded out by the big man Kanye, and away they go. Fantastic performance. And Lucas Holmes is grinning like a Cheshire cat here because his beloved Bulldogs are really turning on. And Lucas, a four-quarter performance. You must be happy.
Very happy. Marty Ryman will be very, very happy with this performance, David.
You won't stop him. Unlike Richmond, he'll get stopped by the Giants tomorrow. Another kick goes forward, and Clayton picks this one off. Looking for options. Nelson Bay, to be honest today, have been soundly beaten Lucas Holmes.
They have.
Long ball, Clayton. McDonald, one-handed. Is that Irwin or Metcalf? Irwin. Lucas, go ahead.
That was the thing with Clayton. It was their most dangerous forward, and because of the onslaught from Warner's Bay, they had to put him back, meaning that they had no forward options.
I thought that's almost a mark to Warner. Play on, so it must have been a free kick. Crawley finds Luke, misses his second mark in a couple of minutes. Crawley out there, so's McDonald. Luke Roach putting pressure on, and at just at the last minute steps out of the way so he doesn't give away a free kick. 21 and a half minutes gone. Warner's Bay, Lucas Holmes for the first time this season, 10 goals up.
They have, and they've kicked a very good score as well as McDonald pushed his button off the football.
Well done, McDonald. Just gets a handball away. Luke doesn't want to bend over particularly. Corey's there. There's the steam train. What can he do? Miss kicks. Jake's in there. He's on 4 goals. Look out! In front of the old boys, Jake Roach off the non-dominant. 8 goals to the Roach brothers. Warner's Bay, 17-11-113. Nelson Bay, 7-4-46. In a dominant display, 5 goals in 7 minutes. Lucas Holmes.
Prime 7. In 2017, Prime 7 has every big game, live and free. Coverage includes 4 games every round on 7, mate, including Friday and Saturday night and Sunday afternoons. Black Diamond AFL and Prime 7, your local AFL team.
Joe Parsons has got a big size difference against the Mellon Jake Roach down here, and that is a very big forward line. There's very few back lines in the league that could match up with them. Perhaps if Terrigal swung Jason Van Dam, that's about one drop that could. Not even City could handle that back line for size. You couldn't play them there if it was a wet day, but a day like they and they've been lethal in this last quarter.
But if it was a wet day, you'd have Luke Roach off half back and Jake Roach would go straight into centre. So
agreed. Oh, coming through is McGuinness again, who's been terrific this last quarter. Corey's there, needs to get a handball out, does. Warner handball on. They're finishing so well here, Warner's Bay. McGuinness looks up. Oh, pushing the back, I thought.
Yep.
Yeah, we had a perfect view of that from our commentary position,
with
Lucas.
Perfectly side on.
And David Wood, Fairvik, push Jake Roach in the back. Now, it's not distance that a worry hit. If he hits this, he'll hit the finance shed car out the back here. He'll actually kick it to Talca Bar, but that's another matter. So let's see the angle here. Jake Roach for 5. Right in front of the old boys. Half wedges it. Another goal. 5 goals in a magnificent performance by Jake Roach. Warner's Bay, 18-11-119. Nelson Bay, 7-4-46. Lucas J, the cult hero, Holmes.
Star 104.5 FM. Star 104.5 plays the music we all love. Has proudly supported the Black Diamond AFL since 2005.
Yes, being serious here, Nelson Bay are going to have an interesting week on the track. They're obviously missing some troops. No Eddie Brothers, no Price. But they really haven't played like a top 4 side today, Lucas, if I'm going to be accurate and fair. You've got 14 goals between Jake, Luke, and Kanye. Yep. And they've been impossible to stop. And
they've got Newcastle City next week as well, David, which will be a very big test for them.
Oh, look, I can't see them if they don't get their players back. They can't get near Newcastle City. No way. Even though that's on the Tamari Peninsula, this is something that they're going to look back at and say, "Gee, I hope that's the lowest point of our season." And
City are just starting to hit their straps as well, aren't they?
Oh, Cardiff are looking over their shoulder. Don't you worry about that. Terrigal Cup, don't think so.
Best performance, the last game we did at Newcastle #1 Sports Ground between Newcastle City and Terrigal. They just blew them off the park that day.
I think I might have been overseas, so I think you might have had that call with the great Gary Birkinshaw. Another kick coming forward from Lachlan Deverell. Out the back is Kanye, and so is Jake. Anderson's got a short. Don't tell me Oscar can kick one. He has! What a last quarter in front of the faithful. Goal to the Port Macquarie recruit. Warner's Bay, 19-11, as Warner's Bay have kicked the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 goals in a 10-minute period. Warner's Bay, 19-11-125. Nelson Bay, 7-4. 80-point margin. Here we go. Oscar Anderson, round the corner.
And gets a bounce.
And gets a lovely straight bounce. So Very good day. He's been impressive, Lucas, considering he was just quite seriously injured earlier on. He's been good.
Bit of a swingman too. Started off half-back flank and gone forward as well.
He has. Got the Port Macquarie wax head haircut working. You'd see a few of those around your home over in the beaches, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Up goes Crawley. Right hand up, misses. Kernahan won't get pinged there. Bellman's got him in a vice-like grip. Ryan Stanton, this game hasn't got long left. There will be a long quarter because of the goal scored. There's been about 10 scored this quarter as players get tired. Ball held in. Ryan Stanton right in the centre of the ground, just off the edge of what I believe is a tacky cricket block. Is that right, Lucas?
It is. Slightly hard underfoot and uneven as well.
As you would expect. Right at the back. Long ball comes down. Rare opportunity going forward. McGrath gets the ball forward. Oh, tackle made. Gets the football out. Kick the goal, Sean. Just misses. That would have been a superb individual effort. Nelson Bay, 7-5-47. Warners Bay, ladies and gentlemen, 19 goals, 11, 125. And I am very confident that is by far the best score that Warners Bay have kicked this year.
For sure, David. And Marty Ryman, if that goal would have gone through by Sean McGrath, Marty Ryman still wouldn't be happy with that. They want to finish the rest of this game off with no goals being kicked apart from those 3 early goals.
When you consider that Juice, Scott and McGrath kicked 3 goals early, Marty wouldn't have been happy. But then they've gone Metcalf, Gibbs, Luke, Jake, Oscar, Anderson, and kicked 7 in a row. So wonderful performance by Warners Bay. And that is full time. A very, very, very convincing display from the Warners Bay Football Club. Warners Bay, 19 goals, 11, 125. Nelson Bay, 7 goals, 5, 47. Goal kickers, Warners Bay, Jake Roach and Kane Gibbs, 5 each. Luke Roach, 4. Singles to Adam Van Ness, Nick Metcalf, David McGuinness, who was superb in the last quarter, Oscar Anderson and Matthew Spinks. For Nelson Bay, 2 goals each to Matthew Dews and Aaron Clayton. Singles to Jaden Reimer, Cooper Scott, and the coach, Sean McGrath. Lucas, we've got a couple of awards to do. Which we do. Bar Petite, and which we'll give to a Nelson Bay player, and then the Subway Morissette to a Warners Bay player. First of all, Warners Bay, they'll be very happy with the complete performance. Thinking Jake Roach is right up there in the mix.
Yes.
Kane Gibbs possibly.
Yep.
Metcalf was all right.
Metcalf was good.
Hunter, again, good. McDonald, solid.
Yep.
I think Jake Roach would get to my Subway Morissette.
I agree with you there, David.
Nelson Bay, not too many good players. Clayton was forced to go back and do an unselfish thing for the team. Thornton got a lot of touches.
Thornton was good.
And there's not too many others. And I think that with Clayton being forced to go into a defensive role, I think that we'll give that to Thornton. Are you happy with that?
I'm happy with that, David.
So just again, the Subway Morissette Award to Jake Roach for 5 goals and a dominant display, both in the forward line and on the ball. And then the Bar Petite Award to Nelson Bay's Todd Thornton for a very solid performance in a badly beaten side. Lucas Holmes, you must be pleased.
It is a very good performance. Finally sort of seeing it's a very young side that Marty Ryman's put together. We've seen from this game and in the future when the players start to sort of gel together and get to know each other more, it'll be next season and beyond. It'll be a very exciting prospect for the Warners Bay Football Club. No question. You think that there are 1 or 2 recruits running around that and people getting development. You would imagine that they will sit Kane Gibbs down at the end of this season and say, Kane, it's time to get on the track and get in the gym and get the body completely 100%. And Luke Roach had hardly any off-season as well, and deciding to go into other sports. So and Jake's been has been injured on and off for most of the season as well.
He has indeed. So, no, good day for Warners Bay. Really good day in front of the faithful. Nelson Bay, no Eddie Brothers, no Luke Price, makes a massive difference. There's 4 of their top 10 players, particularly the loss of Jeremy and Chris and Luke. Disrupted team and played like it, really. Warners Bay first to the ball, won all the 50-50s, dominance in the ruck, dominances in the clearances. Clayton doesn't play. There's all sorts of issues. So, Lucas Holmes, it's been a very good day in front of the faithful as the players are going to head across to the Old Boys, which is the right thing to do. They'll get a very big cheerio and there'll be some very happy people in this part of Macquarie area tonight, Lucas Holmes.
There sure will be, David. It's a very good performance in the end.
Very good. Our wonderful Bar TV crew of of Clay and Ben and our EP Liam. Great job, fellas, as always, Bar TV. Fantastic performance, best in the business. our expert commentator, Lucas Holmes. Lucas, we'll see you next week at Nelson Bay.
I shall. See you then, David.
Can't wait. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of my expert colleague, expert commentator, Lucas Holmes, he's had a very big day here today, umpiring, playing, and then commentating. My name's David Redden. It's been our very great pleasure. As the Warners Bay, we'll just hold for a minute. The Warners Bay players go over to the old boys and get a very well-deserved cheerio. The Hunter Haval Black Diamond Cup, we've brought to you by Hunter Haval. Great to be with you here on this gorgeous day. On behalf of Lucas Holmes and our entire Bar TV team, it's good night from me, David Redden. Thank you all for watching.